Aquamarine is one of the world's most popular and well-known gemstones, often found with great clarity in a light yet energetic blue. Aquamarine is a real favourite of many gem collectors. As a member of the beryl family, aquamarine's characteristic pale blue colour is created by the presence of iron. Gemstones that are coloured by nature in this way are known as allochromatic. This birthstone for March is highly sought after for its clarity, transparency and undeniable calmness.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to your late show. Sorry, I'm just in the corner of my eye.
I don't like it.
I can see Deborah landing. She's got a new lunar chair, haven't you?
I'm really scared.
Are you poised? Are you just perched?
I'm not moving now, that's it.
Right, she'll be in that position all evening long. Good evening. It's lovely to have your company. Thank you to gorgeous Becky. And that wonderful dress. I must admit, I was looking at it as well and thinking, that's amazing. Now, is that a self-styled, or is that a... Well, we'll find out. I'll have to tune in on the Facebook later and have a look. Have a little look and see where it came from. Anyway, listen, it's a little bit like... Oh, look, she's given in already. She's given in already.
I'm not daft.
That's
I will
it.
fall off that.
Beautiful new lunar chair, provided, you know, at great, huge expense. And look, here she drags the old beast over. There we go. There we go. Chaos before we've even begun. We've only just begun. Good news for you, Deborah.
Hello, yes.
I did some shopping today, but alas, I am short of Elton John merchandise. I'm sorry about that.
Shame.
I know you'd be gutted.
Oh.
But I'm going back home tonight, obviously.
Yeah.
So I shall be scouring in between coming back here on Wednesday. I'm going to scour the Dales of North Yorkshire in the charity shops and everything, and I will find something. I'm determined, because you're back with me on Thursday, aren't you?
Can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you're excited. It's that excitement is palpable.
I know. Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
She really cannot wait. She did say to me earlier in the dressing room of love. Well, actually, the changing room, the swimming pool changing room. She said, there must be at least one song that I like.
I did say that.
There's my challenge by Thursday. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Anyway, should we crack on? We've got lots to do. Let me show you my first star buy coming up at 6:30. Oh, it's all our favourites. In fact, I've got two amazing Ethiopian opal strands to show you tonight. This one's coming up as a star buy at 6:30. It is 25 carats of graduated plain rondelles. Nothing plain about any of those, though, is there? And I've got a bit of a feature strand in the 7 o'clock hour, which isn't a star buy, but it darn well should be, because look, 35 carats of amazing medium, well, we're calling them medium tumbles, but as Deb and I said earlier, you wouldn't dare ever tumble Ethiopian opal of that kind of quality. So that will come up at the start of the next hour. Not a star buy, but an amazing, amazing haul, let me tell you. The price tag that we've got, well under £100 on that, which is superb. And a second star buy in this hour. We've got some gorgeous pearls. coming up a little bit later on. This is lovely. I mean, these are just perfection themselves in terms of their beauty and their luster and just how bright they are. Look at these. We've got those coming up a little bit later on for you. Hopefully well under £15, I'm hoping. If all the stars align, then that should work for us. Right, okay, so there's some star buys. In terms of kits tonight, of course, we've got handmade fair, which is perfect for me because I look like I was made at a handmade fair. We've got two fabulous kits tonight. First one is Wirework owls coming up at 7 o'clock, and Deb is mid-owl as we speak. Honestly, it's Labradorite and a fantastic wire bundle in that, which you will just adore. That's coming up at 7 o'clock. Forgive me, fishing through everything. You've got some Labradorite marquees in a strand on that one, as well as some cabochons, which is brilliant. And then we're doing links and connectors, an amber connection kit. Amber, remember Deb at the end of last night's show gave us a little sneaky peek of what she was working on, and I said, is that an amber golf club? No, it's turned into something spectacular, let me tell you. Right, let's dive into the boxes then, shall we, Dan? Let's see what we've got. Right, let's do 5 under 5 as producer Dan is in the chair tonight, and we've also got director Ben, who's in the. Let's have a look in the TARDIS. To the right is director Ben. To the left is producer Dan. Here in the studio with me, on camera too, is it's Kerry, everyone. It's very pink Kerry today, actually. She's very pink under that very, very beautiful pewter jacket. It's lovely. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need another one. Right, 5 under 5. Let's start. Let's make these quick fire. Oh, I love these. Second time I've seen these. They're beautiful. One of my very, very first shows, I had these, and they are howlite, isn't it? Magnesite. Very close. It has to be something ending in ite. Look. Corner drilled squares. I just think, just for your inspiration, I mean, wild colour, obviously, very retro, very 80s, or very vintage, sort of 50s, 60s going on here. Love the colour. You've got that veining, like a blue cheese veining going through it as well, which is very similar to howlite, of course, which is why my brain took me in that direction. £3.95. So the first 5 deals we're doing, they're all going under £5 for the strand. So if you want to grab it, you can. These are just quick stash builders of really, really attractive pieces just to get into your collection so that in front of you, when you're starting to design. Actually, yesterday, at the weekend, we, of course, were at the races, which was much fun. I did love coming dressed as a jockey. That was brilliant on Saturday night. Very good. Looked very smart and dapper last night, didn't we, Deb?
We did.
Very,
yes.
very nice. And actually, I'm thinking these on a fascinator, maybe. Some of these on a fascinator.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
That would be quite interesting, actually. You could stitch them all round on there and have it quite crunchy looking.
Yeah. Or you could have your fairly strong wire, I'm going to guess at a 0.6 or a 0.8, and kind of, could you have them sort of hanging at the end, maybe?
What you
Not
can
too many,
do
but
is, if you use the necklace memory wire,
oh yes,
you can glue or stitch that onto the fascinator base and then have these hanging off that, because that is really strong.
Yeah, and they'd be
it's
super
got a good
springy and movement. I mean, could you imagine the colour of the summer dress that you would wear? In fact, this would have looked great with the dress that Becky was wearing just a moment ago, actually. Well, she's still wearing it, I'm sure.
Wearing it.
She's still wearing it, absolutely, yeah, she's still wearing it. But that would work incredibly well, wouldn't it? £3.95 then, if you fancy a bit of that. Give us a call, 0800 644 655, rocking and rolling straight into something fascinating. We've got white coloured dyed quartz now, so not the clear quartz that we used to see, but you can see there already it says bright as bright can be. Wowzers. So if you want to pop this against any other colour, it's almost too bright for the telly. Put your shades on, everyone. That's so nice, isn't it? That's lush. I like that. Beautifully faceted as well. They're like almost like mini sort of like a golf ball kind of faceting. It really is. Do you remember those minty chewing gums that, well, they were called golf balls, weren't they? Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Looks a bit like that.
For ages.
No, I don't know if they do them now. Do they still do them? You'll know. Oh, we want your good news as well tonight. I think we're going to make it Good News Monday, because yesterday didn't feel like Sunday, Deb, at all, did it?
No, it was Wednesday,
great.
wasn't it?
It was Wednesday yesterday for us. It was brilliant. So today, Monday's not going to feel like Monday. So share your good news with us. Have you had some good news today? Maybe you had a little, I don't know, a little win over the weekend, one way or the other, or maybe new addition to the family, or any little nugget of good news. We need good news tonight. So here's your text number, 60777. Start your message with JM Studio, or of course you can pop a message in through the website or the app. There's a little box at the bottom which says send a message, and you can send a message, go straight through to Dan the Man in the TARDIS, and you might even get your little message pop up here on the screen, just like this. Hello Zoe, here she is. Yay, the lovely Derek, really enjoying your shows. You're a great addition to the JM team. Excited to see Deb's jewellery and demos. I am as well, thank you Zoe. Yeah, you've got some treats coming in store, especially when we go a little bit owl crazy at 7 o'clock. Everyone loves their owls, and I have to say, Deb has created a masterpiece and a half, and she's mid-creating a second one as well, which is lovely. And we get to find out how to do it as well, which is brilliant, because we had to. When we saw Deb's creation tonight, we were like, yes, the owl, show me how. So that's going to be good. So next up, number 1, 2, 3 out of the 5 under 5. And we got beautiful purple dyed quartz rounds now. Exactly the same faceting as the white. So if you want to go, oh yum, oh yes, that kind of works, doesn't it? They're exactly the same size, they're exactly the same kind of faceting. It's beautiful. It's difficult to see the faceting on the white ones because they are so white. So white. In fact, I can't think of anything else that is absolutely, even pearls, even the whitest of pearls don't go that white, do they?
They've got colours across the surface.
There's nothing else that is as pure kind of white as that, is there? Unless you get a pure opal without the dendrites. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you could just about, but even that's not true, brilliant white. Tinge. You know, when you go to the DIY store and you want, I only want brilliant white, absolute white. Now we've got absolute purple, and lots of it. 130 carats coming your way for $3.95. Really, really good price tag. Absolutely amazing. Give us a call now, or pop this into your basket. Of course, remembering to check out those baskets as well straight away. I know you'll do that anyway. You don't need nagging. Shall I make myself a little bracelet? See, not quite the colour for me, but just to give you a bit of a size proportion. Yeah, it does go with the shirt. Funnily enough, so does the next strand, sort of. Bizarre. Dan, have you been you've been scheduling for my shirt? $3.95. Please be 0800 644 655, and that is fantastic. Handmade fare, of course, is a little bit of a pick and mix of everything, but what you will learn tonight, yeah, you're going to go home tonight or finish the show tonight. You're already home already. It'll be us that's going home later. Yeah. We're here, you're at home already. Although this feels like home, doesn't it, really?
It does this week.
It does at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
We love it. Let's do another under 5 then. Yellow shell pearls, fab colour, bonkers price. Great show so far, says Liz and Get. Thank you. We're about to do that again, Liz. Thank you. With this one that does go pretty perfectly with that shirt. Very, very nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And, oh, even less this time. Right, we've got plenty to work with here as well. Again, I think these are great for, you know, decor around the home as well. Really inspiring. Make little flowers and petals out of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, times 2, 24-ish. You've got there, and so lustrous. Gorgeous colour. It's almost a slightly mustardy yellow. You know when you get, I don't like that mustard, you know, that yellow mustard in pots.
It's a bit strong.
I don't mind French. You know, the, not French, the whole grain. Whole grain I love. If I'm ever cooking something like, you know, anything sausage casserole, anything with lots of onions and whatever, always throw in a big old dollop of whole grain. It's got to be done.
I make a salad dressing with it.
Ooh, okay,
nice.
What are the other ingredients? Because I might have a go.
Lemon juice or white wine vinegar.
Nice.
Olive oil. And a little touch of sugar.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I have to write that down.
Like crazy.
Yeah. I love making dressings. Especially, I really like kind of tangy, vinegary dressings. I have to be quite sparing for everyone else, and then I use the rest myself.
I'm like that, yeah.
I love balsamic. I just love it. $2.95 then for this strand if you want to add it to your basket tonight or your order. And maybe you haven't opened an order so far today, but remember your postage is just $2.95 no matter how many strands or kits or whatever else you buy today, which is brilliant. One more to do in 5 under 5, and this is number 5. Baby beautiful pinks now for you. So sweet. So sweet. What do you think to this? That is nice, isn't it? I think even if you're not, you know, even if you're not a pink girl, do you know what I mean? I think actually there are degrees and shades of acceptability, aren't there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a pink girl. But that's a more of a rose quartzy sort of.
Yeah, it's like a natural.
Almost.
Yeah, it's like a natural pink, isn't it? It's very, very nice. Yeah. Like this one, 100 carats for you of quartzite rounds, 6mm rounds. So there are lots on that strand. Let's tell you how many lots. We got. Oh, it's one of those. Hang on, it's one of those that doesn't want to sit still. That's right. I'll go from here. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8. Here, 2, 4, 8. 31 times 2, 60-ish. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all, is it? 5p each. That's all right, isn't it? And who wants those tiny coins wrapped around in your pocket anyway? Oh. They're the fiddliest ones, aren't they? Why did they ever make the 5p smaller? I don't know why. Susie in South Yorkshire, my good news is that my JM order containing my blue diamonds arrived today. Yes, get in. Blue diamonds, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Like that. David in Lanarkshire, my good news is that I have new neighbours. Look forward to getting to know them. Fantastic. Oh. Yeah, what does that say about the old neighbours? Neighbours, they're great, aren't they? Sally in Essex says the good news is you and Deb are on again to keep us entertained. Oh, that is brilliant news. And the even better news, our good news, is the fact that we're back together again on Thursday night as well. Yeah, and the boss has been in and everything. Didn't say a word to us, did he?
No.
He was well, nothing bad anyway.
Nothing bad.
Yeah, so
it's
I think
all good.
Yeah, so I think we're still here. Nick in Bridgend says my win today is £1 off Fat Club despite Wine and Crisp diet during the last week's holiday. Wine and Crisp diet from now on. Woohoo! Well done, Nick.
That sounds good.
So £1 off.
Weight.
But you can still have weight.
Yeah.
But you can still have Wine and Crisps.
Yeah.
Get in. Very nice. Please drink responsibly though, one at a time. £2.95. £2.95. Hello, Kathleen in Staffordshire. 3 of these coming your way. Catherine, 2 of these coming your way to Kent. Julie on Merseyside. Janet in County Durham. Carol in West Lothian. Can't speak at all tonight for some reason. Right, coming up at 6:30. It's the opals, isn't it? Yum, 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 yum. We've got 2 brilliant feature opal strands tonight. First one is the Star By at 6:30, which we love. It's 25 carats of graduated rondelles. That's coming up for you at 6:30. It's very, very lively. And I've got to show you again, I'm sorry, because we are in love with this strand. The fact that this goes anywhere under £100 for us is just superb. It's 35 carats of beautiful, we're calling medium tumbles, although I think we need to give them a grander name for that because they're certainly not tumbles. They're nice variety of shapes. There's pears in there and all sorts, and that goes under £100. And we're doing that one 7 o'clock on the dot. It's not a star buy, but it's our star of the whole night, isn't it, Deb? We love it.
I absolutely love that one, yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah. Gotta have it. Right, what should we do next? Which box should we dive into now? I was hoping you would say that because it was when I looked down then, it was the one that I was looking straight at. And we did give it a little mention, didn't we, about gemstones that are nice and white. And we've got some Dendrite opal. And it is beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at the striations, that wonderful dendrite running through it. I love these. I mean, this one in particular here, this long one here, I mean, that absolutely typifies Dendrite opal. Let me whiz that round as well and show you the other side because, you know, there's so much personality going on in every single one in the strand here. Oh, I love it. I love it. You know me and opal. Absolutely adore it. You've got big usable pieces there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But do you know what? Whatever the price of the strand is, it's worth having this strand just for this big one here. Love it. Very, very nice indeed. Crikey. What would you do? Where would you start with a Dendrite opal? Yeah, it is gorgeous. It is very, very nice. And actually, I really like the fact that it has lovely earthy tones in it, this strand. Lovely, almost like jasper tones in it.
Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
That'd look nice with smoky quartz, I think, because it has got that warmth to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I was just thinking? Maybe these 3 pieces in the centre, your 3 largest pieces on the strand, I think something like a nice deep red Indian garnet between them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just as a nice kind of, you know.
Oh, that one's smiling in the middle.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Little eyes and a mouth.
Little happy man.
He is. Hello.
Ah. It's just for you, that smile, Deb. There's an opal smiling at you somewhere. Right, we've got 140 carats going on here. Just love it. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of, the overall colour and the shapes of the pieces. And I think it's, you know, when sometimes, I've never actually eaten them, but sometimes as a starter, if you go to the coast somewhere, you sometimes get white bait.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of colouring going on here, isn't it? Oh, is that all they are? 19.95. I would give you that just for the central one, just for the largest one, Dan, actually, in the strand. You know, as a gemstone lover, especially the opal family of any variety. In fact, we've got fire opal in tonight's show as well, which I don't think I've ever seen here. Yeah, we've got a strand. It's a I'm afraid there's hardly any of it. It's one of those I can't make a huge deal of. But I've got a fire opal strand. I think it's in the next hour, but there are only something like single figures of them. Another one of those where we should really be sat at home grabbing them rather than sitting here presenting them. But we're happy to do that through gritted teeth sometimes. Do you know what I mean? When it's a strand we really love and there's only 3. We love that. Happy to help. We should have big badges. Happy to help. Happy to help. You take all our gorgeous gemstones that we love. It's fine. That's what we're here for. 19.95 then, if you like this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous big pieces. Very earthy. I think very contemporary as well. I think actually, you know, you can make a pendant from for a guy as well, out of one of the smaller ones, maybe as well, if you wanted to. So make it completely unisex. There's a very kind of, you know, nukey surfer dude kind of look to some of these pieces. Yeah. Have you ever surfed, Deb?
No.
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 No, me too.
My sense of balance isn't the greatest.
No.
I struggle on a flat pavement.
Yeah. I did once stand next to, on some of the big cruise ships, they have these surf simulators.
Oh, right,
which are kind of easier. They're like a big slope of water where they rush water through. And I was going to have a go. I was stood next to it filming a piece to camera for another show. And one of the very professional surfers sent a great big wave right over me. It was my first bit of filming for the day and it was freezing cold water. And I thought, I don't want to do that anymore. That man got me wet. So I don't want to play no more. But I'd love to do it actually. I would love to do it. But yeah, I'm the same. I couldn't snorkel for the same reason, I think. Not good with water and air and things like that.
I get too excited when I'm snorkeling and I go, oh, look! And then I drown myself. It's not clever.
Yeah. I just don't think I could full stop. The whole only breathing through your mouth thing, I'm not sure if I could do that. It's making me hyperventilate, thinking about it. Right, Dan the man. Number 12, green kyanite. Becky had a huge strand. Did you see those? That huge strand she had just before 6 o'clock of kyanite pieces. They were big sort of rounds, like discs, like dinner plates drilled through the middle. They were beautiful. Obviously they weren't the size of dinner plates. Not exactly practical for jewellery making. But these would be a nice accompaniment to those as well. Beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely gemstone, kyanite. If you've never worked with it before, it is one of those that really holds its own in terms of colour. It's amazing. 40 carats, in this particular strand, beautiful, beautiful tone as well, all of the way through. Looking, may I say, like a Paraiba tourmaline colour that you would never find anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got that real depth of colour.
I think
and that
I've got
little
this
twist.
strand at home.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I got 2 of them.
Did you? 47.95.
Nice, nice.
They are amazing, yeah. It's a beautiful stone to work with. What are you going to do with them, Deb, do you know?
Well, at the minute, I'm just looking at them and enjoying them.
Yeah.
I'll probably do some rosary linking of some sort because I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, not sure.
It is stunning. 42.95. Oh, thank you, Dan. That's brilliant. He's got in there and said, you know what, I can have a little tickle with that. Get it down even further. 42.95 is a very, very valuable gemstone as well, I have to say, in terms of the way it is regarded in the gemstone world. It is very, very highly regarded. That's the word. Beautiful. Sorry, I was reading what was on Dan's little pink strap there. You see down there, he can put a little producer thing there. I was just nosily having a read, see what it said. I should know because it's our show, isn't it, Deb?
Well, these producers.
Yeah, it's not just thrown together,
No controlling them.
Yeah.
No controlling them.
42.95 then. If you fancy one of these, beautiful. There's so many ideas you can kind of work with this gemstone as well. It's so sweet. It really is. £42.95 for one of the most. I have to say, there's an awful lot of stones on that strand as well for you to work with. Let's see what else we've got going on in this old box here. Now, one of our star buys coming up a little bit later on are some fabulous fluorite squares. So I'm just going to show you that strand very, very quickly before we kick off with this one. Coming up at around about 7:45, one of our, and actually what we're going to do when we do our one of our star buys a little bit later, we're going to open up some pre-orders on that in a wee while because we've got a great price on that one. So that's coming up in the next hour as a star buy. The reason I show you that is because I've got something very different for fluorite coming up for you right now. In terms of shape and in terms of sort of colour palette, I have to say, look at this. This is unusual, isn't it? Now, when you look at the faceting on this strand, you can see that there's a very much, yes, Director Ben just said, you know what, this reminds me of my granddad, and it reminds me of, sort of boiled sweets in a way. And there is that kind of feel to it, isn't it? Yeah. Almost as if it was sort of sugar work in some kind of way. They're so delicious, very, very tasty. I love the way that in some of them, and quite a few of them actually, you've got this really nice banding going through the stones. It doesn't show up quite so well in daylight on the recording, as you can see, but here, you can see, look, stripes going through, almost like letters through rock. Delicious. I mean, some of these colours are amazing because they're fusion of 2 different colours. In fact, this one here looks a little bit like which one was I thinking of? Sorry. Yes, this one here looks a little bit. No, this one here. Sorry, I knew I'd seen it. This one here looks a little bit like. What's the gemstone in the same family as tanzanite? Zoisite. There's a variety of zoisite, which is known in the industry as ruby zoisite by some people, where it's a kind of a fusion of lovely sort of almost rhubarb purples and lovely greens. It's amazing.
Yeah, we've had some really beautiful strands here.
Of zoisite?
Yeah.
Have you?
Ruby zoisite, yeah.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Really nice.
It's really, really nice. I long for one of those. See if you can get one of those into a schedule, Dan. That would be nice.
I've not seen them for a while, actually.
No, they don't stick around for long. Isn't it gorgeous? Nice variety. Big, big stones as well. They are huge, huge pieces. That's a good price as well because these are unusual shapes. And actually, I know people who love working with fluorite actually do look out for, you have 1 or 2 strands already and you want to add to those and for the variety of shapes and colours. Congratulations. Maxine in Greater London, congratulations. Francois in Berkshire, good evening to you. Collector in Greater London, Georgina, well done you as well. £14.95, which is phenomenal with the variance of colour that you have going through this strand. you know, almost like that sort of feeling and theming of ametrine almost. You know, when you have two different stones meeting as one.
Yeah.
With the banding.
Yeah, with the band.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some gorgeous colours there, actually.
It's really soft as well and muted through it. It's almost a very gentle fluorite band.
Yeah. It's almost like you want to get all of the pieces, and if you arranged them in a certain way, they would make a work of art on their own, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
£14.95. Congratulations, everyone. Under £15 for all of those pieces. Counting out the pieces just very, very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 16 on my strand, which is lovely. Very nice. Less than £1 each then. Very nice too.
Nice.
Well done. Alrighty, let us move on. Oh, already it's past. It's time for this. Delicious. That's all I have to say about this strand. One of two I really want tonight. Look at those. Wonderful, wonderful Ethiopian opal. That lovely, soft, some translucent, some opaque, all beautiful in terms of their colour play. Lots and lots of different matching pairs going on there. I just adore them. Of course I do. They're Ethiopian opal. 10 years ago, this would have been, you know, jelly opal from Australia. Now, sadly, getting hold of that material is not impossible, but, you know, you need to dig a lot deeper than you ever used to, financially, to a point that it kind of crowds you out of the market, I think, a little bit. And then the Ethiopian opal deposits came along only within the last... Well, they were only sort of first really truly found at the back end of the 90s, weren't they, really? And really, in our consciousness, really, in the jewellery industry, with the buyers and the gem hunters there are around the world, it's really only come to the fore in the last sort of really truly 4 or 5 years. And it's amazing. And I just know that everyone that wants to get, you know, their haul of Ethiopian opal needs to do it. You know, it's, and I'm not scare selling, I promise you that. I'm not doing you know, what people sometimes are tempted to do, which, you know, which is to say, it's only one location, it's only one mine, da 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 da. Quick, buy it now, you must buy it now. But I truly, just being honest, over the last 10 years of bringing gemstones and jewellery to the screen, how many gemstones have I think in my time have I not even known that kind of the end of supply was nigh, and they came and went. It has happened so many times. If I think back, if I could whiz myself back 10 years in time, there are so many more gemstones that I would have bought years and years and years ago. But I was in the cut and thrust of, you know, 4 or 5 times a week, going into the studio, selling them, going home, coming back, going home, you know, up and down, without ever really stopping to say, okay, I need to build my own collection here as well, because some of these gemstones, they're going to be long gone. Or at least the quality of the stone available would dynamically change. If I think of Paraiba tourmaline 10 years ago, where you could buy it where it had colour in it, if I think of Alexandrite 10 years ago, where you could buy it where it would colour change, you know, all of these things, that they're in the annals of my memory only. And do you know, one day it is going to happen. I know at the moment there are vast quantities, not vast quantities, relatively vast quantities of Ethiopian opal available. But it only takes China to sneeze and we all have to grab the hanky. Do you know what I mean? Once they start buying a gemstone and they flood the jewellery market and say, we want some of that, it's a big hand when they grab, let me tell you. And suddenly the rest of the world is crowded out of a gemstone. Or it becomes just stupidly expensive, and we would bring it to screen, you would look at the prices and you'd say, come on, Come on, JM, you having a laugh? Why is it 3 times more expensive than it was last year? Because that does happen with gemstones that are readily available. Look at how much people pay for green amethyst jewellery in the high street. There's a good case in point. This strand, though, it's a bit gorgeous, isn't it? Are there any gemstones, Deb, in your collection? How long have you been dealing with your gemstones-ish?
I started working in a jewellery shop in 1986.
Oh, okay, so you've seen a fair few gemstones come, go, fluctuate, go up and down like yo-yos over the years. Are there any gemstones that you personally managed to sort of collect and stash away somewhere, and you thought, I'm glad I've got that just to one side?
I've got some really nice green tourmaline.
Ooh,
just
lucky
before
you.
the price went sky high.
Do you know where it was from?
Brazil.
Lucky you.
It's very nice.
Lucky you. Don't ever part with it.
Oh, I'm not.
Is it loose or is it in jewellery?
It's in jewellery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, really nice.
You get some fantastic green tourmaline jewellery, long and tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the crystals form in green tourmaline. $49.95. It's a tremendous buy for this. 3x1 up to 6x3 rondelles. Just beautiful. There are so many gemstones that actually that's one of them. I used to even 5, 6.
It was about 6 years ago,
yeah,
7 years ago.
5, 6, 7 years ago. I sold some. Was it in jewellery or was it loose? Probably both, actually. Nigerian green tourmaline, which at the time was a real buzz location. Nowhere to be seen now. And the average sort of 2-3 carat, because they're quite long green tourmaline stones, probably in the region of £500, £600, something like that. Now it would be stupid numbers if you could get it. It's all resale now. It's all resale. You just can't. You can't access a lot of those locations anymore. Anyhow, what do you think of these? Well, that's a good one for you at home as well. If you are a bit of a gem buff and you're a bit of a gem collector, which is the gem that you managed to get hold of a little stash of, be it in jewellery or in loose stones, and you kept it to one side, and you're so glad that you've kept it, and you're not doing anything with it but keeping it. Do you know what I mean? Not for to speculate on future value, but just to say, you know what? These days you can't get that colour in that stone. I mean, for instance. We're very good with our morganite supply, but 10 years ago that morganite was in plentiful supply in great colours, and these days when you see morganite out and about on the high street, we're good, we can get some really good colours for you, but when you see morganite jewellery on the high street, generally morganite's about that pink, the white behind me in the corner there, it's about not that pink up there. And where before, morganite you could buy almost in, deep kunzite colours like this. It's amazing. What a world it is. Anyway, $49.95, what do you think of this strand? Gorgeous, gorgeous opals. Highly collectible. I'm just going to make myself a little bracelet for a second, if you don't mind.
Ethiopian opals, one of my favourite, actually.
I love them.
Prefer it to Australian.
Yeah. To the solid white opal, you mean, yeah? Yeah. I'm tempted to agree, and it really pains me to say that because Australian white opal.
It's a classic.
Yes.
But the life in this is fantastic.
Yeah. And it's a little bit easier. I have to say, a little bit easier to look after. Always, if you're making this, making jewellery for other people, always issue the warnings. Don't spray perfume or hairspray or anything. Don't do the washing up and dip it in the water. Just treat it like it were solid bullion. Do you know what I mean? Treat it with absolute care. Enjoy it and wear it. Don't be scared of it. But for heaven's sake, look after it, because you look after a good opal and it will look after you. I promise you. I love that. I love it. Now, shall we open up our pre-order for our fluorite for the next hour? Now, the reason why I want to do this now is just to give everyone fair chance, because I know on a Monday evening, people are coming and going. you know, there's the tea to do and other bits and pieces and blah, 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 blah. Not saying that, you know, it's always your job to do the tea, but yeah, I just mean that people are moving around the house. They're not sitting down and relaxing yet. We do that later in the evening, don't we? So I'm going to open up now on pre-orders, just if you want to just throw it into your basket right now, these fabulous fluorite squares, which we're doing for a star buy in about an hour. But we're going to open up the pre-ordering right now. 250 carats, multicoloured fluorite pieces in these puffy rectangles. It's one of the absolute buys of tonight, let me tell you, if you love this gemstone and you want to work with it, or you just want to get a strand home and see it. Now what can I tell everybody about the price, Dan? What are you going to let me tell them? Okay, so on the web right now, it's there at $5.95.
Oh, wow.
And it's not going up. So you can pre-order right now. The item, the code is GKPO60. GKPO60, here it is. You can phone and pre-order that right now as well if you like at £5.95. I'll keep you up to date with where we are stock-wise throughout the next hour. And we've also got some pearls for you. And we're doing these in around about 10 minutes time. Now, we're still waiting to find out where we can go price-wise on these. They are nice. Oh, do you remember what I was saying earlier about pearls not being that white? Well, they're looking very white tonight, aren't they? They're very white tonight. I mean, still not as white as our, you know, as our white quartz earlier, but that's going to take some topping, isn't it? But we've got the real McCoy fantastic pearls coming up for you a little bit later on. Oh, and at 7 o'clock, you must be here at 7 o'clock. Whatever you are doing, make sure you're here with us at 7 o'clock, because I will be over there with De Bruges, and we will be wire working with some fantastic labradorite cabochons in the first kit tonight. We've got labradorite cabochons and a strand of Marquise labradorite as well. And have a look at this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. It's gorgeous. In fact, that Al probably needs to lean forward a little bit more, doesn't he? He's a bit laid back there, isn't he?
He's just chilling. It's like,
yeah, he's chilling. But his moment will come. At 7 o'clock.
He will sit up straight.
He will sit up and be good. Coming up at 7 o'clock. Right, okay, what's next, Dan? A bit of silver now. Ooh, nice. Something a little bit, am I thinking Tudor maybe? Is this a bit of a sort of a Tudor rose kind of thing going on here?
Could be.
Little bit. Very nice, isn't it? Oxidized vintage sterling silver connector. 22 by 20. Lots and lots of sterling silver, beautifully finished and polished actually, but with that oxidized look to it as well. Grammage, 2.2 grams. Centerpiece for a bracelet, do you think? Centerpiece for a bracelet.
Definitely.
Let's just have a little, just sort of size-wise. Centerpiece for a bracelet. Yes, actually, you could continue that bracelet if you wanted to. Well, in anything you like, of course. But I'm thinking maybe if you were with us over the weekend and you had the little, was it last night? We had the Ethiopian opal wheels.
Wheels.
Or was that on Saturday night? We
had labradorite.
Labradorite wheels.
Wheels.
Yes, you're right. Not opal, labradorite. Yes, that was last night, wasn't it?
It was,
We've had rather a few nights. They are starting to merge into one. I did say, Deb Rudge is my TV wife of the week. That's it. Whether she likes it or not. This is number 2 out of...
Even though you're going to inflict Elton John on me. That's grounds for divorce, actually.
Well, yeah, you can on Thursday. That's fine. That's fine. Well, until when we don't know. You know, we will have a forced reconciliation after that.
Yeah.
No matter how amicable the divorce, they're going to put us back together again, aren't they? Anyway, $8.95. $8.95. Oh, yeah, Ben hasn't heard about... see, Ben, even Director Ben has indeed conveyed the same shock as me last night. We found someone in the world who doesn't like, you know, out and out refuses to like in any way, shape or form.
I do. I'm stubborn.
Elton John. There's nothing. Listen, that's why, Ben, I'm going to have to trawl the charity shops to find some Elton John music.
I think that's just sadistic.
No, what sadistic is, have we got the collector's
No,
DVD
we
in tonight?
haven't.
Have you
I've
hidden it?
stickered them all.
It's a lovely picture of Deb on the back of the
No.
collector's DVD from the birthday. Yeah,
Oh,
if
no.
there's any around, no, it's a gorgeous
They're
picture,
on it
Deb.
now.
You must be proud of it, really. Must be proud of it, really. It's a gorgeous picture.
I really want to throw my pliers at you right now.
I think there might be one or two witnesses, though, in the house. Do you know what I mean? Have a little look, then. 150 carats of labradorite. Aren't these amazing? Dear me. Did you not find one, Kerry? Don't worry. I have the ability to walk. You know, we're on radio mics here, so I can walk off whenever I need to down the tunnel of laugh and
trot off down to the warehouse, I think.
have a look. No, there's always one around somewhere, isn't
No.
it? We'll find one eventually. Anyway, if you've got yours at home, if you've got the double DVD at home, just enjoy. Just go and grab the cover right
It's
now.
a much nicer picture on the Easter Projects DVD.
Oh yes, when are we doing that? We're trying to do it for
12th. What day is that? Is
Oh.
that Thursday? No.
could
Monday. Monday.
be Monday.
Yeah.
Is that what we're relaunching?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. There is no picture, so it's much better.
Oh yes, remember I remember. Now hang on a second. Look, 69.95 for
Do you know-
150 carats.
They don't even look like labradorite because they are
No.
so purple.
Yes.
They could be amethyst or something with
Yeah.
that.
Do you know that I can go one beyond that as well? They almost, from some angles, and obviously I'm looking down from above, Deb's looking sideways, you're looking head on from the camera, but they're a little bit amylite as well, let me tell you. They're beautiful. Let me spin that strand around as well, actually, just show you the other side of the stones, just so that you can see. And this is the wonder of labradorite. It's not like one of those where my best side is this side. From every which way, this gemstone looks beautiful. I mean, it honestly, there's no such thing as the shade with labradorite. And it's one of those stones. Now I've flipped the whole strand over and look, don't they just look amazing? Just stunning. They are. It is one of those stones that you just cannot help falling in love with. 62.95 for 150 carats. That is beautiful. Well done. Absolutely well done. That's gorgeous. I love it. Make sure you, look at that. That would just make the perfect piece. All the stones just sort of go together, don't they?
Yeah, just space them out with a few beads or put your Ethiopian opal in there.
Oh,
Still have all the colours then.
yes. Which one should I go for? Should I go for the
that one,
rondelles
that
or
one.
the
yeah, rondelles. Well, they're the so-called tumbles.
Yeah. Well, we're both torn, Ben. That's the thing.
That's my favourite, I think.
Our favourite opal strand is this one, which is the tumbles. We're doing these at 7 o'clock on the dot, by the way. 35 carats of amazing Ethiopian. We're calling them tumbles. You don't tumble Ethiopian opal. You just wouldn't. It's like a huge strand of 35 carats going under £100, and we're doing that bang on 7 o'clock. So make sure you're here for that. Definitely. Right, one more, and we have some pearls. Number two. Ooh. Back to Australia we go. Well, I say back to Australia. We didn't go there in the first place, did we? No. We'd like to. Have you ever been, Deb, to Australia?
No, I'd like to go, definitely.
Yeah, I would love to go to Cooper Pedy to the mines. You know, where it's all underground and everything else. I'd love to do that. Although, how do you dry
a
your...
bit panicky underground.
How do you dry your washing? Because they live down there, don't they? The miners live down there, don't they?
You probably don't. There's not much point, is there? Because it's going to get all damp and wet again anyway.
Well, yeah, but you pop out every now and again out of the surface as well. You know, it's not, you're not locked down there. It's not a prison.
Trapped underground.
You still have to go to Sainsbury's once a week. Other supermarkets are available. I wonder what the name of the supermarket is in Cooper PD, Dan. I wonder. He's on the case. Anyway, the reason we're chatting on about Australia is because this sapphire is Australian. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know that Australia was a location for sapphire. So there's a new one on me. This is lovely. They sometimes have a, elsewhere I've been in the past, where they've had a tanzanite, which is a blue and a green together. They often call that a Bondi blue tanzanite. And this is very, very similar in that kind of tone. Natural, completely naturally natural. How beautiful. Producer Dan, sorry, just randomly shouted in our ears then. IGA Fresh Foods, apparently is the name of the local supermarket to Cooper PD. Fantastic, thank you for that, Dan. Other supermarkets in Cooper PD, I'm sure, are not available. Near the Opal Museum, apparently, though, if you're ever out there and you're thinking, where can I get some yogurts now? IGA Fresh Foods, that's where you go. Thank you. There you go. They're not paying us to say that. There you go. I'm sure they'll be very pleased for the extra business. Look at that. I have never seen sapphire this colour. No,
it's really interesting, actually.
It's like chameleon sapphire.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Really interesting. It look amazing with some of the multicoloured lapis we've got. You know,
yes.
The blue-green
yes.
lapis. It'd work really well with that.
Yes, we had a big strand of rounds of that the other day. It was beautiful. Just make myself a little sapphire bracelet there. That's nice as well, actually. It's not a lot of sapphires that, you know, a guy could wear realistically, but that would kind of work, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I've learned so much about the gemstones I could be wearing over the last few days, let me tell you. I don't have any, so it's about time I got started. $39.95 for 23 carats of genuine, natural sapphire. Love it. Brilliant. Right, okay, now we have to move on from that just because we've got to fit one of these in. Okay, Dan, have you managed to do a bit of negotiating for us? He's doing some negotiating, I think, as we speak. Have a little look. Oh, we like that. We like the sound of that. We do like the sound of that, don't we, Deb?
We do.
We do. Have a little look. So, freshwater pearls, very bright, very white, as we established earlier. A real brilliance to them, a real consistency of size and shape and colour. And of course, all importantly, these are very silvery actually. These are very, very silvery pearls. You know the luster, I mean the luster. Let's see if we can get a, yeah, see what I mean? That luster is quite silvery. I like it. Can you see all of those other colours as well? The peacocks and the greens and the golds. And you only get them truly in that way with a natural pearl. Okay, star buy based on the quantity of strands that we have. So Dan has been doing some negotiating, some hard bargaining behind the scenes. And therefore, this 38 centimetre strand, we've managed to get it down there, and we really didn't think we were going to get anywhere near that, to be honest with you. I know I told you under 20, but that's because we were hedging our bets. We were teetering around a couple of different price tags, and we were all having a little I wouldn't say grumble, but we were just making a little plea on your behalf behind the scenes, weren't we? Appealing to everyone's better nature. Oh, come on, it's Monday night. We need a lift. We need a lift. $10.95, and these can be yours right now. Do get good pearls. It's funny enough, I went shopping today. I did a bit more shopping today. I can't remember what. I just fancied somewhere different to go to for lunch, and then you ended up wandering around the shops. So I went to. Do we call it Solihull or Solihull? Solihull. Okay. It's round in these parts. We call it the posh end. Very much the posh end. It's very nice. And I was in one of the shopping centres there, and I passed a jeweller in one of the shopping centres there, actually, who looked to be an independent. It wasn't one of those sort of, you know, names that we see in every town. And they had some stud earrings in pearls in the window. And for one pair of stud earrings, and I thought this was really amazing value in that particular jeweller actually, it was $12.95 for a basic pair of stud earrings, just with the silver posts and the butterfly backs on them, and they had them in the window, so they must be doing well, because you do what goes well in the front window, don't you? So that's pretty good actually. It's not bad, is it, these days? So you think of how many $12.95 pairs of earrings potentially, or beyond that, you have on this strand. Shall we have a little count to find out how many pairs? Let's see then, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Am I counting right there? Do you know when you I'll just do the whole thing from the beginning. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4,
7,
5,
9,
6, 7,
12.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 comes after 2. 33 pairs of those. Sorry, I've just managed to pull my doodah out of its doodah. Oh, there you are. Hello, Ben. Got you back. That hasn't happened in a while. 33 pairs. So let's say I did those at £10. Let's make it easy, shall we? That's £330 worth of stud earrings, isn't it, in just that one strand, potentially, if you sold them at £10. Which you might not. You might do it considerably higher than that. But that's an amazing buy, isn't it?
Yeah.
For £10.95. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I wonder whether your owl could have pearl eyes.
Yeah, you could make him bigger.
Potentially. Yeah.
Make him bigger.
And he could have pearly eyes.
Pearl eyes, yeah.
You'd need a little, out of the end, though, of the front of the pearl, you'd need a tiny little, either a 15-0 seed bead of the right colour, you know, for his actual eyeball, or a little black spinel or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or a flat head pin.
Yes. Yes.
That would do it.
Yeah, it would. Wow. Honestly, I mustn't be creative. It's not my job to be creative. Anyway, listen, talking of creative, as soon as we come back, we are going into the world of owls. I can see Deb looking very, very concentrated there with some hypo cement. Very, very concentrated. We'll see you back here with our first kit of the evening next.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just £2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for £4.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Ding, 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 ding. Welcome. Good evening, welcome. How are you? It's Monday night here at JM. Hello. Oh, shall I start again? Ding, 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 ding. Welcome back, everyone. It's Monday night here at JM. I can hear myself now as well. That's good, isn't it? Welcome to the Handmade Fair. And we are about to make some fantastic owls with labradorite, which is coming up in just a second. But we have to do this first. Deb and I are in love with this strand. It's a mega strand. We have managed to get this under £100, which is incredible because have you seen the size of this strand? It's huge. It's a 38 centimetre strand, and it's one of the biggest Ethiopian opal single strands I think I've seen here. I'll be honest with you. Even the starby that we had earlier, the 25 carats, you know, was the kind of size of strand that we generally always see. And not only is this a bigger strand, but it's a bigger strand of bigger pieces. Look at those. Oh, I don't even really need to move them, do I? I mean...
It's a complete party going on in there.
Yeah, honestly, I have to say that both of us are... How many of these do we have, Dan? Oh, yeah, thank heavens is all I can say. That there is a reasonable stock available because Deb and I both dearly want. I mean, there are pairs in here, there are ovals. We're calling them tumbles, by the way, which both of us have looked at with a certain amount of, you have gemstone that is this good, you don't tumble it. You don't tumble it at all. You wouldn't dare, would you? You wouldn't want to lose any element of any of those stones. Look, they are delicious. Okay, well, listen, I know a lot of you are interested in this strand as well. So I have given you the heads up already that it does go under £100. There's been a little bit of debate behind the scene as to how far we could get that down. Again, there's been a little bit of negotiation going on even since we came on air on this one. So I'd like to see the result of that, Dan. Well done. That's brilliant. I mean, that honestly, that's more than we could have expected, actually. £64 and 95 pence, 35 carats. And again, what I was saying earlier about, you know, having your own little treasure trove of those gemstones that might not be around at the same quality forever and ever. This is definitely one of those. This is definitely one of those. This is one that you'll look back on, I think, if you haven't. If you love opal, if you love those chameleon gemstones with colour play, you know, along the same kind, well, not really along the same lines as labradorite, it's completely different, isn't it? We're talking about every single colour. And the funny thing about Ethiopian opal is that if I just take it back into the shadows here, just in the corner, without the big studio lights on it, from some angles, when you're looking at a really good piece of Ethiopian opal, it almost just looks like a water droplet, like it has no colour whatsoever. And you bring it out into any kind of light, be it, you know, incandescent light or that we have here in the studio, daylight in particular. I mean, whatever you see here in studio, turn that volume up by a good 80–90% when you take it out into daylight. It's an extraordinary strand, seriously. 64.95. I would confirm on that as quickly as you possibly can, because the stock is there at the moment, but I cannot see that lasting long. I seriously want one of these, because they are big pieces. Look. Look. Delicious colours coming out of every single one. It's not just one or two of these, it's every single one. Can you imagine if this had been in the kit, Deb?
Oh, yeah. I'd have been happy. Happy bunny.
Oh, wow. You'd have had some agonising, though, over what to do with it, wouldn't you?
The trouble is you don't know which one to use first, because you go through and you pick your favourite, and then you look again and you think, no, this is my favourite one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it takes ages to work with a strand that beautiful.
Yeah. Stunning though, isn't it?
It is, it's glorious.
Hello Nick, good evening to you. Well done, congratulations. I mean, I think you're in, again with this one, I think you're officially in collector's realm territory. If you buy this strand. I mean, seriously. I mean, by now you've already had a good look at all of the stones right the way through this strand, and you can see there is so much life in pretty much every single, forgive the tassel there, I was just trying to show you all the way through the strand, look. And the length of the strand as well. Length of the strand. I mean, often when we see an Ethiopian opal strand, it's you know, 18, 20, 21 centimetre strand. 64.95. Now, we had some debates behind the scenes on this one in terms of price tag. I knew we could go under £100, but it was just a case of how under £100 we could go. And 64.95 means that Dan has squeezed that especially hard. Can I ask you to confirm as quickly as you can on that one? We've already got quite a few confirmations coming through. It's something that we don't see very, very often at all. I love it. Just a quick reminder before I take a little trot over to the other side of our star buy coming up in around 40 minutes. So after we've seen tonight's demo on the first kit. This is available on pre-order already, by the way, so you can go and grab it now. £5.95 for 250 carats of puffy rectangles in multicoloured fluorite. The code is GKPO60. GKPO60. You can go and you can do that right now on the telephone lines 0800 644 655, or you can do it at JewelleryMaker.com. Oh, that's a big mug. Big mug. Need to take this with me as well, so I need to take the gadget with me just in case anything happens technologically. Come with me. I've sent my lunar chair over here already. Oh, are you standing? We can stand or sit. It's up to you. I don't mind.
Well, I don't mind if you sit while I stand. I find demoing sitting down's a bit odd.
I'm the same height. You see? Look, no difference. Nobody would ever know. Anyway, okay, tonight's kit. Oh my word. You have got an extraordinary, extraordinary opportunity here. As much labradorite as you can possibly get your hands on. It's beautiful. You've got cabochons of labradorite in this kit. In fact, shall we start by having a little look at the gorgeous creations? And of course, we were talking about Wirework owls for this kit. That was the challenge. And look at that. There you go. He's awake now.
He's awake.
Now he's on air.
It's like, hello, I'm sitting up.
Look at that. Now in this kit, your cabochons, we're guaranteeing the carat weight at 220 carats, so you get, you know, a variety of shapes. Deb was really lucky, actually, in her sample, in so much as she got a kite-shaped labradorite as well. Can you see that just hanging down from the branch? Yeah. Oh my word. That's really good. Can you see that under the branch? Gorgeous, isn't it? Really, really lovely. And that branch. It's fantastic. It's so realistic, isn't it? So realistic, really good. And that owl is so cute. The owl is what we will be demoing with in just a second as well. But you've created another little suite going on here as well. Now, Colin set us a little challenge earlier, didn't he?
Have you come up with a name?
Try and name. Well, I was thinking something along the line of the pendulum. The pendulum. Well, is that too predictable? Do you think? But I'll tell you why. If you have a little look at the earrings here, you see that almost the labradorite almost does swing within that cone, almost like a pendulum, doesn't it?
Yes.
Is that a little bit too basic? What were you thinking?
Well, I've not come up with anything.
Any ideas at home? Because there's a matching necklace.
But, yeah, we need
with this with the cone and the little marquise labradorite hanging from it. What should we call them? I love this ring. Love this ring. I'm going to try this ring on to show you, because we need to know what the secret is from this as well. Look.
It's a nice big size.
Look at this. Huge. So this is one of the cabochons out of the kit. How did she do it? Look.
Ribbon cord end. I love those.
Very
things.
good. Yeah, that's a fantastic ring as well, isn't it? Look at that. Yum, yum, yum. Anyway, listen, we need to get to business, and then we can show you, I say we, the royal we there, how to create the owl. So, in your gemstones, let's do gemstones first then. 220 carats of labradorite cabochons in various shapes. You might get the kite shapes, you might get the oval shapes, you might get some rectangles, lots and lots of different things that it could be. You are guaranteed 220 carats, but there's also a strand there of 110 carats of marquise labradorite. So you do have a strand that we definitely know the shapes of, which is this one here, the 20 centimetre strand.
From that.
Look at that. And again, delicious, beautiful quality all of the way through. So you're getting a whole 20 centimetre strand of those, plus your cabochons at 220 carats guaranteed. Right, let's go through your wire bundle then, shall we? Because there is bundles of wire as well. We've got everything going on here, haven't we? We've got lots of different colours. So we've got copper wire, we've got 10 metres of 0.8, and we've got 100 metres of 0.25. We've got your antique bronze copper wire as well, of which we've got 10 metres of 1 mil, 10 metres of 0.4 and 10 metres of 0.6. So it's a bit of a mega bundle going on here, isn't it? Plenty to be getting on with there.
Yep, and I've got loads and loads and loads left.
Yeah, which is brilliant, isn't it? So you'll go from one project to another. But I think, don't you, that once you've made one owl, even if it's part of a grand necklace like yours, I think you won't stop there. You'll just be owl crazy from there, won't you?
Yeah, yeah. Any cabochons that you've got at home.
Yeah. That's true, yeah. You'll start creating owls.
Yeah.
Right. Sum total, please, of the individual pieces, Mr. Dan. 51.65 sounds about right, doesn't it? If you think about the carat weight of the labradorite that you have there, and the massive wire bundle here, and you've got the two different colours. You've got the copper and the antique bronze here as well. And you see on the necklace that Deb's made, she's made the owl out of the copper.
Yes.
And then made the branch out of the antique bronze.
Yeah, because the copper's a lot brighter than the antique bronze, it just it almost gives perspective. So it pushes the branch back and the owl forward.
Yeah, it makes it stand out completely and utterly. Right, okay, let's get your kit price then, shall we? £51.65 becomes... Goodbye, £51.65. £29.95, which just for the gemstones. And there you go.
Yeah.
There's just a fraction of the possibility with that entire kit as well. So £29.95 for tonight's kit. Once you have seen a Wirework owl being created from nothing, you will definitely want to have this kit. So add that to your order as quick as you can, and let's get started. Let's get started with our owl.
So this is what I've got left in terms of gemstone from my kit as well.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the marquees.
Yep.
Plus your big pear cut drop.
It's nice, isn't it, that?
And yeah, that's brilliant.
So yeah, I've got loads left. I've been messing around actually, trying to make a little owl head to put.
Oh, to put on
there.
One of the marquees.
It's sort of a bit. It looks a bit like a person as well as an owl. So I'm not sure. I need to do a bit more. But yeah.
It's getting there though.
A minion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So you're going to show us the full size fabulous owl, aren't you?
But my second sample is all square or rectangles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to nick the one out of the
You want the big oval from this one?
sample,
Okay,
please.
I'll swap you.
Thank you.
I'll swap you around from. I'll put one.
Oh, okay.
One for one. It's only fair, isn't it? Nobody will know. Yeah, it's fine.
Let's get rid of that then. So, tidy up. What we need to do is start off with antique bronze, actually.
Okay.
So, if you take probably about ½ metre of your 0.1, your 1 millimetre. 0.1, honestly.
It's been a long weekend.
That's a really thin wire. So, just bend it in half-ish. That's one of my favourite sort of add-ons, is an ish.
Ish.
Ish. And it needs to be about the size of your cabochon. So, look at that on the back.
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Oh,
that's amazing, isn't it?
It's like stars.
Yeah. You don't want to use that stone now, do you?
No, I don't. It's like the one I made the brooch out of. When I was making that, I was looking at the back and I was thinking, and it had violets and all sorts. And then every time you turn one over...
I'm just going to bring in another one, just to show you, look, if I just get that into the light, look at that, check it out. And they're all the same, do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what you do, and that's the wrong side, if you like.
Yeah. Well, I made a ring last week and used, I used one gemstone on the wrong side, so it was totally flat.
Yeah.
And then what I did was I glued another gemstone over the top and made a ring. And the way the light was playing with the two surfaces was amazing. It worked really well. So I'm going to experiment.
That's a good idea. It's a really good idea, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Getting distracted. Back to my owl.
Yes.
So follow around the size of your cabochon with your 1 millimetre antique bronze. And then if you take just a workable length of 0.4, and again it's the antique bronze that I'm using, and just bind these two together. So that then gives you your basic frame that you can build up on. And then we'll move into making the owl's eyes and his beak out of the copper. So you can bind it fairly roughly. You don't have to be neat if you don't want to, but obviously if you'd rather, then you can take your time. And you could, if you wanted to, use the 0.25 to bind and make it really neat as well, but this works. So we've got that, so I'm going to put that to one side for a second because it's not going to spring open or change at this point. Okay, and then take in your copper in 0.8 and it squeaked. I love when people play the guitar and their fingers squeak on I love that noise. Yeah. And this just made the same noise.
Some people can't listen to that, can there? Some people, that's their nails down a blackboard, isn't it? Is that thing where you... I'm sure there's a name for that. Is there a name for that? We've got lots of people in bands here, haven't we? What's the name for moving your finger along the strings to make the chords?
It's a bit sloppy though, isn't it? Oh, slide guitar. No, I don't mean slide guitar.
Oh.
I mean, it's like it's an incidental noise that shouldn't really be there.
Yeah.
Because, but I love the noise, so anyway, the wire made the noise, can't do it again. So what we're going to do is use a mandrel, but you can use a pen, you could use whatever you've got. You could even use your pliers really, or just go free form on organic if you like. So I'm going to go into the second size down and wrap round twice. So I've gone round all the way round and come back to the bottom. So that's his first eye. I think that's going to be the right size. Just check that it's about halfway across on your cabochon, and that's perfect. So then flat nose pliers or chain nose pliers and make his beak. So just bend your wire up. There's no need to flinch, Derek.
See, I just...
You jumped back, the wire's not that long.
No, that's true.
That was funny, I'm going to do that again now.
Was it you that warned me the other night? You said you might want to just stand back a little bit.
I might have done. If I've got a very long piece of wire, I'm a bit, even the cats have learnt now.
Yeah.
So...
Run!
Although they did start attacking some wire the other day,
which
was a bit weird because they never normally do that. So
they wanted
what
something.
we're going to do is then probably feed in.
Yeah.
Bring the wire back around that second level up, and what I'm going to do is bring it underneath his beak and around and back down. So we've then made the owl at the top. So that's his eyes and his beak, and then they have like little eyebrowy bits. So it's I don't actually know what it is. It looks like eyebrows.
Yes, there's like because their eyes almost are a little bit sunken, aren't they, from what I remember? And then there's a little bit of a sort of a frame, a bit like we have.
Yeah, eyebrows.
Yeah. But it's all the same colour. If we were covered in feathers, it'd be just right, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah, it would. So let's make his eyebrowy bit. So the two wires that are coming down here, what we need to do is kink them back up and bring them back over the top. I live in the woods, and we've got owls that live in the woods.
You live in the woods?
Yeah. I do.
Now that's... Okay.
Yeah, it's down a dirt track in the middle of the woods.
Oh, okay. Not in the... You don't actually live in the woods, though. Not got like a little hut in the corner of a wood.
It's not a wood cabin or anything, no. But we're surrounded by trees.
Have you got lots of screech owls and barn owls?
Yeah. They are the noisiest creatures.
Do you know, they're heavier than they look as well. I once held a tawny or a barn owl, I think. I was doing a radio interview, so I had a microphone in one hand and an owl on the other arm. And you know me, I'm like 5'3" wet through, you can see. So an owl probably comes up to about there from my arm, and they're quite heavy to kind of
big.
balance.
Yeah, they are really big.
And when they turn their head right the way around and look at you,
Bit creepy.
eye to eye with an owl, they're all right though, aren't they? They're very friendly creatures, aren't they, really?
They're nice, yeah.
It's got a rather intense stare. I think in a staring contest they win.
They'd win.
Yeah.
Even over a cat, they'd win.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing now is just bring in. So we've brought the wire. Let me show you on this one. Brought the wire back up and around.
Yeah.
So that's like the top section. And then what we need to do is just bring the wire just underneath the eye section. There we go. Right, so then what we need to do is kink that back down, and that creates a wing, and bring this side back down, and that creates a wing. So once you've got this far, what I did was take some of the 0.25 and I won't do it all because it takes a little while to do, but
we're doing the eyebrowy bits.
The eyebrowy bits, yeah. So
if anyone knows the ornithological term for eyebrowy bits on an owl, then please feel free to educate us.
Because eyebrowy bits just doesn't sound...
It sounds all right, but it's not exactly... I mean, we're, at the end of the day, we're not presenting country file here, are we?
We're
You know
not,
what I mean?
no, but it's nice to know what it is.
It's good to know, though, isn't it?
It is,
So
yeah.
if you do know, please do text in 60777, start a new message with JM Studio, and we would love to know. What's an owl's eyebrowy bit called? I bet the answer is eyebrows.
Eyebrowy. It's
Someone will know, someone will have one.
an owl
Yeah.
or an eyebrow.
An owl. There are lots of people that keep birds of prey, aren't there?
There are.
And look after...
Does an owl actually count as a bird of prey,
I
though?
don't know, actually. But you always see them in bird of prey. The guy who built my stone wall in my garden actually had a Harris hawk, and he used to bring him with him every day and sit him on his little flying perch.
Really?
Yeah, he just used to sit there happy as Larry. And at lunchtime, he'd put on his gauntlet thing, you know, his leather glove, the great big long leather glove, and would hold a chick tightly in the, obviously a dead chick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tightly in it, and he'd yank it out, and that's feeding time. It's fascinating.
Yeah. Mm.
Fascinating.
They are amazing creatures.
Oh, truly.
So all I'm doing is a figure of 8 type weave with the 0.25. So between like the eye socket bit and the top of the eyebrow, and that fills it in.
Yeah. Between the thingy-bob and the oojimiflip.
I don't know what the round bit is either.
Between the framey bit and the eyebrowy bit.
The round bit and the eyebrow bit.
Yeah. I think we'll have to equate it to human terms, won't we?
What's
between the socket and the brow.
Okay. Woo.
Oh dear.
I should have done.
A bit of research first.
Yeah, so I knew what it was called. Still, if you get bored doing a figure of 8 weave, which I did when I was doing mine, because it's just as good to actually just wrap round, over the top of the two. But then every now and again I did do a figure of 8 just to sort of lock it in position. And also, once you get to the top, if you just wrap round, what happens is it'll all start to slide down this side and be all messy.
Yeah.
So it was easier to do a figure of 8 coming down into the beak section.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just imagine that's been wrapped all the way round.
Yeah.
So that's then fixing the pieces together, so it's not going to move. So I'll just bind that there so it can hold it in position, and then you need to start connecting everything up. So just bind that so it's held together. So that's not really the neatest bit of binding, but that'll do.
You could use a similar kind of principle, couldn't you? If you had a little, you know, a teddy bear or an owl soft toy, and you wanted to create it a nice pair of, you know, Professor Yaffle glasses.
Yes.
Similar kind of principle, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just leave out the beak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no, you'd need it curved, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Like the
So it's
bit
sat.
to go over the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But similar kind of thing.
It would work. It would work. And yeah. Maybe I should make a woodpecker next.
Yeah. Well, we were thinking, weren't we, earlier, with the little cabochons, with the labradorite cabs that you've got a whole strand of in this kit. We were toying with some ideas as to whether you could create, if you wanted to make a bigger owl, whether you could create its body with sort of feathers of the of those marquees, kind of sort of laying over each other in some kind of way. You know, to create. I won't say a feather bed, but you know what I mean, with like the structure of the body of the owl. Yes.
And just layer it up. Although, how many have we got on that strand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13.
13.
So you might need,
so you'd need probably a couple.
You might need some more.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But think big.
So we've got the frame section to fit over the top of the cabochon.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is actually shape it slightly so that it curves, because otherwise it's just going to sit flat on top. So just curve it around, and then check that it's going to sit on top nicely, which it does. So I've pulled his wings into the centre, which isn't great. There we go. It's because I've not bound it properly. So now you've got your frame at the back and the eye section at the front. So this is probably the slippiest section to do. I'll make that piece of wire a bit smaller because it's, if I can cut it, sorry.
She cut the air then.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's because it's moving.
She's taking a slice of the atmosphere home.
It would have helped if I'd actually put everything down, wouldn't it? What's that thingy?
Well, it was a 0.25 in mid-air, in fairness. It wasn't easy.
Bit ambitious though to just try cutting it while it's floating around.
Yeah.
So I've got the wire that's attached onto the frame at the back, and what I did was, because it would be the 0.25 that I'm using, all I did was push it through the eyebrow sections and give it a bit of a pull, and then bind through the frame at the back. Okay, so do that. So it is a bit slippy trying to hold everything together. Make sure the frame's sitting across the cabochon at the back, and then come across and through the second eye there. And then, so I'll just put a couple of like tacking stitches in, if you like, just to hold it at this point. But if you just make sure that you've got it nicely wrapped so that it's secure at the top. So that means that the gap between the top of the eyebrow sections here will be too small for your cabochon to slip through that way. So that's going to trap it there. And then down at the bottom, what you need to do is actually bring, if I bring the wing section just through on out to the side, and you can either bind it or you can push it through the eye at the section on the side.
We're just admiring. Beautiful.
And then the wings come down the side. Oh, it's all slipping because I've not bound it. Come on, sit, sit, Mr. Owl. So holding that in position there. Then when everything's bound, just come back and go around the edge to bind over at the side. So that's the point where the wing comes across to the edge underneath the eye. Give that a bit of a stitch in place there, and obviously over the second side as well. And then when you bring the wings down to the bottom, that then traps the gemstone at the bottom and holds it in place there. So it comes down and around, so smooth out any kinks and bits that you've got. I'm going to get rid of that section. What I did was actually bring these frame elements, the excess, round to the back of the owl, and just wound them into the branch so that basically it all becomes one and the same. So it becomes part of the same sort of element. It's just one element, so the owl is completely integral. So I'm just wrapping around at the bottom there, and then bring it round to the back. And I'm just going to, so his wings come down to the bottom and over to the back, and then I just need to tack that at the bottom onto the original frame that we had. So you can see on the back how the wires are coming across, and then they come down and into the branch.
We'll have a little look on yours. There you go.
So the wires come across down the side, and then I've wound them into the branch and then covered over. So that's the antique bronze in the 1mm. It's just formed part of the branch.
Ah, brilliant. Very good.
So you just have to then remember to tack over the other side of his eye there, and then you can bring this wing down and stitch at the bottom in the same way, and that holds it all in position. And then all I did, I've got some spacer beads which I've lost at the minute, but they came in findings packs like, I don't know, a couple of years ago. So obviously I had those saved.
But you'll have something, you'll think of something, won't you?
Well, if you've got any rondelles or anything like that, then you can use those. And all I did was use a bit of 0.25 to stitch his spacer bead eyes. And I know
you're looking fairly close there, but but actually, when you're looking at this from a from a reasonable distance, if you were wearing this piece, you would look at it and those eyes would almost appear to float, because it's literally, is it 1 or 2 passes of the 0.25?
Yeah, just one.
Just to knit it in, so to speak. And it's very, very clever. Isn't that gorgeous? Really, really, really clever. That's brilliant. And I guess I know how you made the branch as well, in some ways, about taking lots of the point wire and going back. It was all one length.
And, do it like, fold it, and then you come back.
Yeah.
Give it a twist.
Give it a twist and get the right texture.
Yeah. and then build it up, and then you've got branches that are actually coming off this way.
And then you can add more branches into it if you wanted to as well, couldn't you? Look at that.
Bend these down.
Dead simple.
And up.
Brilliant.
And then just overwrap. So
simple. $29.95 for that entire kit. 220 carats, remember, of those labradorite shapes guaranteed for you. You might be lucky, as Deb was in her kits, and she had a kite shape and a great big oval as well. You've got a massive wire bundle here as well, of the copper wire and the antique bronze copper wire as well to make that. And all of that for $29.95. And not forgetting the strand of those marquee shape labradorite. Right, I'm off again. Thank you very much.
See you later.
Now I know how to make an owl, which is superb. I think that would be a lovely project to actually get started with, wouldn't it? And let us know when you've done your owl, when you have your owl, whether you make it on a branch on a necklace like that, or whether you make an owl brooch. Actually, Deb did make an owl brooch as well, which will come back a little bit later. I think it's off to get its photo taken at the moment. But when that comes back as well, you know, and when you have yours, definitely Wall of Fame entry. Got to be, hasn't it? Because we'll all want to see, won't we, Deb? Because we're all forever on Facebook.
I love seeing it,
All of us, constantly on the Jewellery Maker page. All of the designers have their own Facebook page as well. Just look JM Guest Designer and then the name of the guest designer and find them that way. Yeah, it's brilliant. And you can exchange messages. Right, okay. So, 10 minutes time I have got. Now, my fluorites got taken away somewhere, didn't they? Did they ever come back? I've got the fluorite, the star buy of the fluorites, but I think we've got a little recording of those, which are out on pre-order already at the moment. I'm waiting for my strand to come back, and they will be coming up very, very shortly indeed. £5.95, and actually that's 250 carats. Available on pre-order right now, GKPO60, and we'll be doing that as soon as I can find them, in about 10 minutes time. Right, let's do a little bit of Fast and Furious now. Let's do a few boxes back to back now. We'll start off with some pyrite. Love it. I have some pyrite rough at home and I love it and I adore it. It's beautiful. To have it fashioned into rounds, I mean, there's two ways to see pyrite, either in its natural sort of druzy crystalline form, or to have it formed into beautiful shapes like this. 5 to 6 millimetre round rounds.
Round.
Round.
They're
They
not
get
the
around.
square kind.
No,
They're
not
the
a
round.
tall square. Definitely cool. $8.99, 5 even, and they are yours. Oh, actually, we're going lower. So not $8.95, we're going even lower as well. Where we can, we'll take as much off of those price tags as possibly can. Just going to make myself a little bracelet as well, because that will definitely work, I know, because it's a soft golden colour as well, isn't it, pyrite? It's not like a shouty gold, like a 14 karat gold. It's a really, really sort of slightly muted kind of tone. Beautiful to wear, feels cool to the skin, really, really nice, good even size to work with. Actually, I wonder, sorry, I'm just going to pop that down for a second. I won't be a second, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm just thinking whether, just as an alternative.
Oh, eyes.
Just as an alternative, you know, we're looking at different options for owl eyes. I wonder, do you think pyrite could work as an owl eye?
It could.
It could, couldn't it? I like your spacer bead idea because it has the hole in the middle. And I'd definitely add a seed bead to that as well, maybe. Or if you had maybe an even smaller round of pyrite or a black spinel, tiny black spinel, you can add that to the centre.
Black spinel's good because it glitters, so it's...
Yeah, you'd have a little bit of sparkle. Yeah. Oh, I'll show you as well when the brooch comes back as well. I will show you because that is fantastic. Got my star buy back. Got my star buy back. Here it is, coming up very, very shortly. £5.95. GKPO60 is your code for that one, and you can grab it. Right, number 4 now. Oh, nice shapes. Actually, Sally in Essex sent me a picture today, of her Ethiopian opal tiny tile squares strands that we had a week or so ago. Hers has arrived and absolutely wonderful. It reminds me of the shapes that we have here in Moonstone. Here they are. Look at that. Check it out. Look, I love the irregularity of the shapes on this strand, actually, don't you? Look at that. Very, very different, isn't it? And that just gives you a little bit more scope to play with, doesn't it? Okay, brilliant price tag. 130 carats for £8.95. I have to say, there's a really nice sort of translucency level going through some of these stones. And I wonder as well, see, I've had another thought now as well. If these were slightly more round, or if you have some round moonstone and you were making a similar branch necklace along the lines of the one that Deb made this evening, if you had a nice round moonstone or an oval moonstone cab, you could kind of create your moon, because obviously this is very nighttime, isn't it, with the owl in the tree. So if you could somehow incorporate either a round moonstone, like up here somewhere, that would just sort of finish off the whole thing. I love that. That's truly beautiful, isn't it? Honestly, I am just as proud as the designers when all the pictures go onto the Facebook page at Jewellery Maker, and all of the pictures of the makes that the designer made go on the Facebook page, and it's just it's great. It must be a lovely feeling for you as well, for people to hit the like and the love button, and and just say, oh yeah, brilliant, love that idea. Yeah. And it's great when people tell you that they've made it, and they'll send photos through to me and things like that. Yeah. So it's really nice to see. Very flattering, isn't it? Yeah. Breaking news: eyebrow ore supercilium. Ooh. So supercilium is so you'll never forget that, will you, in a hurry? Thank you, Maura. It is, isn't it? Mm. Supercilium. So when you're next time you're doing an owl. Now I'm going to wrap the supercilium. Do you want me to write it down? We're going to have to write it down in Deb's custom dictionary. Now you have to keep it separate from the words that you've made up, remember? Because there are plenty of those, aren't they? There are. Right, let's have number 7 now.
Are they the same size as the other ones?
I think they might be. We had the corner drilled squares earlier, didn't we? Now we've got the through drilled squares. They are. Oh yes, but they weren't blue, they were pink. Weren't they? Yes, that's right. Yeah, no, well, thank you, Ben. I forgot they were pink and not blue, but that's fine. You can make your own Tetris. Tetris jewellery. Oh, sorry. If that's a brand name, then other games are available. But do you know the thing where the shapes fall down and you have to make them fit together? You know, all the shapes drop down. First a square drops down, and then something else drops down. You have to fit it next to, so there are no gaps. Have you never seen?
Don't know that.
Ben will sort that out for you. Ben will show you Tetris, I'm sure. I can't believe you've never seen Tetris. You must remember the tune, surely. Russian thing, isn't it?
I was thinking make a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, you could do, couldn't you? You could. You could.
Like when it's moving.
That would be interesting with your corner drilled ones. That would be interesting.
But no, that you pull it out so you could.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. You'd have to make some. Oh no, it's not letters, is it? I'm thinking of dice. I was just thinking you'll have to wire work some numbers or letters onto them. But you only have 2 colours there, don't you? Would you have to put stickers on them or mark them in some way? No, it's a good idea. I like it. I love it. I'd be building little things. I'd be using these as building blocks. $3.95, which I think, if I'm right, the pink magnesite corner drill cubes there, we've got the details for those down there, ESGP81, same price tag. So you can go for pink corner drilled or blue through drilled. £3.95. Love it. Love those. That reminds me of the colour of building blocks as well. I think that's really nice. Yeah. Very nice. Very structural. Right. Now we'll do some shaded amethyst. Love these strands that give you variety. I mean, huge, huge, huge variety. So the shaded strands are great because you can go from, you know, the lighter, more sort of what we would know as the Rose de France strands, shade, should I say, going all the way through to the very, very deep black currant. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This would be one. I wonder, has anyone ever done any kind of wire working projects here where you create almost like little gemstone flower beds?
Flower beds?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's me, remember. My brain does move in lots of different directions.
Not that I know of.
No, but so I tell you what, the idea is a sidestep from something I've sold previously, and I'm sure that you've made in the past, where you make wirework trees with the gemstones,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
like blossom.
Yeah.
But you must be able to make little sort of flower beds in some way. Maybe you could make a
Yeah.
wirework sort of
Like an
tub
allotment.
container. Yeah, and then have some... Would you need some green wire for that, though?
Or green gemstones, because you can wire
Yeah.
up the gemstones on.
Yeah?
But yeah, you can...
There's an idea. Just look
you
at me as
can
if to say, oh, please don't, not me.
Yeah,
not me.
please don't come up with any more creativity.
Don't make me do. That sounds like fun, though, doesn't it? I'm just thinking, because Mother Nature gives us a different colour, you know, that matches every flower there is in the garden.
Yeah,
There's a gemstone that is that colour.
Yeah.
So you could create some, like an indoor kind of flower display in some way. Oh, bless me, at least I tried for an idea. £8.95, congratulations. Right, which one is it, Dan? Oh, yes, they've just come back. They're here in time, so let's do it. It's one of these. Alrighty tighty, right, it's time for your star buy now. Now, we've been pre-ordering these for the last hour or so, so you know the price tag they go to already, which is great. It's fluorite, fancy shape for fluorites as well. Have a little look. It is your beautiful puffy rectangles this time. Huge amounts of them as well. 250 carats. Let's have a little count up while we're here. Let's see all the colours, can't you? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 times 2-ish. So that would be the early to the mid 30s, which is pretty good, isn't it? 11 by 7. And very, 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 very versatile. Oh my word, there's a lot of people already pre-ordered on this one. Lots of these in baskets. Congratulations. Well done, Tracy. A couple of those coming your way. Tommy in Northumberland, congratulations. 2 of those coming your way. Pippa, collector in Leicestershire. Another collector, Irene on Merseyside. Victoria in the Vale of Glamorgan. Tracy in Greater Manchester. Well done. Christine, Lana, Eleanor, Rosalind, Gabrielle. Hello, Gabrielle. How are you doing tonight? We wanted to know as well, by the way, any good news you've had today? Because, you know, Monday can be one of those days. You know, I mean, you spent all of Sunday dreading Monday, and then it comes along, and maybe you've had a bit of good news. Maybe you've had a bit of good news today. It might be just a little win, or maybe you found out that you've got an interview, or maybe you found out you've got your retirement package sorted out. They're going to let me go. Yay! Might be that. Tell us your little bit of good news today, because we need some of it. 60777 and start your message with JM Studio. $5.95 for your star buy, 250 carats. It's brilliant, and actually, you know, the great thing is, for those of you who are on the web or via the app, you've got the heads up in advance of that price tag as well, which is why so many people grabbed it. Lovely these, aren't they, Deb?
They are, yeah. I love fluorite. What I love is the fact that you can get colours that are really strong, super, super intense, and such a range of different colours, and then within the same sort of breath, you're seeing colours that are soft and muted and gentle and serene. So I just love the character that fluorite has.
Yeah, so true, so beautiful, and it's really nice. You've got, you know, so many workable pieces here, you know, to make spectacular pieces with. And again, for me, it's just the way the light comes in, and it just holds. Yeah. It's like it just grabs the light and just wants more and more and more. Love the fact that actually you've got one here which is an almost sort of like tanzanite-y looking in tone, isn't it? Love it. Very, very good indeed. $5.95. You can see why it's a star buy. You know, something like this should be, my own personal opinion speaking, but I think at least sort of $9 to the $12.95 should be minimum kind of territory for these kind of sizes, this kind of carat weight. Just take advantage, folks. I mean, that's what Monday night's all about. Lots of people multi-buying. Well done to those of you with it in baskets. I don't nag about baskets, as you know. I never really go on and on and on about it because I know you're all very, very well behaved when it comes to my show. I don't know why. Don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't nag, but there's just a couple of you there who just need to check out your basket. Well done. Donna, Anne-Marie, Lana, congratulations. So many people coming in for this one. It does make sense though, doesn't it? While you can, as a little bit of a stash builder, and there are so many, if I just lay that strand down for a second and just sort of lay one row upon the second row, there are so many pairs there, aren't they? So many pairs of stone. In fact, those two sort of yellowish ones there almost look amber in their colour, don't they?
I think they're amazing to get those on that strand.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Really good.
Oh, talking of amber, you've got some amber, haven't you, stashed away in kit number 2, which is very, very good tonight. You're going to love the second kit. It is. Very nice.
Both the kits tonight have just been awesome. I loved both of them.
Really, really good, actually. Especially if you want to get a nice big sort of collection together. If you want to start wire working, you know, if you want to take the plunge and you're going to start wire working, I can completely understand. If you've been watching JM for a wee while and you've been thinking, no, wire working's really not for me. Well, everyone starts somewhere, don't they? That's the thing. And actually, you know, you can pick up some, you know, lots and lots of tips from the designers, but you don't have to go absolutely in the direction that they go. They're showing you the methods as well. So if you're thinking, oh, well, if she did that, well, I could try this. You know, I think that's always the first step, is it? It's just literally, I'm just going to wrap 2 pieces of wire together, well, you know, 2 pieces of 1 mil with some 0.25, and then start from there and then start bending it around and see what I can make from there.
Well, I'd rather show people techniques and little tricks or just different elements that you can do, and then everybody can put it together in their own way. Yeah. And that's what's so exciting about making jewellery.
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it? Because you can go off in so many different directions. You know, if you are, even if you're not particularly artistic, because I always used to think, okay, but I don't think I would be able to wire work because, you know, there's only one thing in the world that I feel that I can draw well, and it's a cartoon character from Super Ted, which is really no use, is it? You know, I can't draw an owl, I couldn't draw a bird. But the thing is with wire, is it's not like a drawing. When you get it wrong, you rub it out, start again. Yeah. With wire, you can move it around until you get that shape.
To a certain extent, you can. Or you can just chop it off, because we get so much on a reel. Start again. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love the versatility of it. I can't wait to get started, actually. And I promise you, as soon as I get 2 minutes to call my own this week, which is probably Saturday-ish as it stands, I'm going to sit down and work out which kits I'm going to buy. I'm going to go back through all the kits, because you can actually look at kits, can't you, on the website? You can look at kits, and you can go back and look through them. So I'm going to go back. If you have a look at the Facebook page, so when the all the photos are shared, the link's actually there.
Oh, so even easier.
So it takes you back into...
Because I think I really want a seed bead kit. Yeah. Definitely. I can't wait. Every time I see one of our designers with seed beads, I'm kind of like, I really want to go. I haven't quite yet had the courage to pick up that size 10 needle and have a go. But I'm going to get a kit, and I'm going to get a kit of wire as well, and just have a go, because that's all you can do, isn't it? Have a go, see how you get on. If you like it, you'll keep doing it, won't you? And if that first technique isn't quite for you, then you'll go and try another one, and you'll find one that is completely and utterly for you. Stay right where you are. Can't believe it's 5 to 8 already. Please stick around with us. We all get a 3-minute break now, so maybe go and grab yourself a brew or whatever it may be. And Deb and I see you back here in about 3 minutes.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say. with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
When you place your first order with Jewellery Maker, we'll send you a free DVD and booklet to help you get started. The booklet is jam-packed full of information on gemstones, tools, threading, materials and findings. There are step-by-step instructions on how to make bracelets, earrings and necklaces, and the DVD includes easy-to-follow video tutorials. So what are you waiting for? Start your jewellery making journey today. If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Come and join us here at Jewellery Maker for our annual summer party on June the 9th. Meet the JM team and enjoy a fun-packed day within our gorgeous grounds here at Ivy House. There will be music, jewellery making demonstrations, you'll be joined by guest designers and the presenters. You'll also have a chance to tour the TV studio. Included is lunch and refreshments, a glass of 655, or head over to our workshop page on our website at jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
I am so addicted to that noise. I just love it. Yeah, I do. Completely and utterly. Brilliant. Do, 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 do. I'm easily pleased. Thank you. Thank you, Kerry. Right. Yeah, if I could have it as my little tone on my phone, you know, every time I get a text message.
Yeah.
Mind you, I know what would happen. Every time I got a text, I'd be like, oh, right, okay, am I ready? Where's the camera?
Or you'd sit and ignore it when you were here.
Panic. Yes.
Because you were so used to hearing
Yeah,
it.
it would just pass me by. There's one text message tone, by the way, that just seems to be on everyone's mobile. Like, so many people look round whenever it happens, and it's the one that goes, duh, 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 duh. Yeah. Duh, 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 duh. And like, you see everyone looking around. You've never heard it, have you?
No.
Deb's never heard it.
No.
Have you got a modern mobile phone? Does it do more than calls?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's your text message tone? You just go
beeps.
Ding.
Yeah. I don't even know what it does. I have it on silent most of the time.
Oh, do you? Let me show you what's coming up a little bit later on. The must-have tonight, and I'm so sorry we didn't get a chance to show you this earlier. Deb and I have been too busy nattering. We got a whole metre of freshwater peacock pearls on sterling silver chain. A whole metre of. Isn't that phenomenal? That's gorgeous. That's coming up at 8:30 as a must-have. Lovely. We also have, yes, some citrine rondelles coming up in this hour as well, which we love. Very, very nice indeed. Sorry, I just need to turn you down a bit, Dan. You're coming through a bit loud. Yeah. It's getting all excited in there, all hot and bothered. 40 carats of gorgeous citrine rondelles that are going to... Ooh, it can't be that low, can it? Can't be that low, can it? Right, we're going to kick off with a 5 under 5 in a moment, but I have to show you something that I didn't think I would ever see here at all. It's Mexican fire opal. Don't let me say holy frey holy again. Look, like Speedy Gonzales. Look, it's Mexican fire opal. I'm definitely making myself a bracelet from that. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my fault.
You got too excited then, didn't it?
My
Goes
fault.
with the shirt again.
Look at that. I've got an orange one of these shirts actually that would go even better with. Although my friend, who's a producer elsewhere, says to me, it looks like I work for a well-known DIY chain when I wear that. You know the one. Not J&G, the other one. Right, let's start off. Let's do some 5 under 5 then, shall we? We got some... Oh, have I started the wrong... Should I have... Oh, that one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more. Hey, the orange stars are back. Love them. Right, let's start with... Oh, check them out. Love these shapes. I love this shape. Magnesite again. Magnesite, the same gemstone that we had those corner drilled squares, remember, in the pink. But this time we've got magnesite in its green form this time, which is very turquoisey, isn't it? Very nice. Turquoisey. Right, 5 under 5. So this is the first one. So we'll take it to under £5, £4.95 straight away. Well done. You've got big pieces to be able to use. So whatever you would think in your turquoise, go with the same kind of designs with this as well, because it's very similar in its sort of characteristics, even down to the matrix in some of the stones as well. Beautiful, isn't it? You know that signature matrix that you have in turquoise, and some are really turquoise blue, and some have that little twist of green in them. Some of them almost look like they have little gold flecks in them as well. If you see this one here, look. This little barrel here, or drop should I say, almost looks like it's got a little sort of gold streak going through it.
They're good for rings because they sit sort of up proud, and you've got the largest part of the gemstone up, and you can't see where, do you know, like some of the rings that are like wrapped?
Yeah.
And it's actually like the bezel in gold, generally.
Yeah.
It gives it a really high-end look.
Yeah. And actually that would work very well. I was having to put between, but yeah, if you had... Yeah, that would work. Actually, we're going to make a ring, aren't we? We
are.
At 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
With the amber. And it's really cool. Very edgy and very contemporary as well. Right. Okay. Quartzite strands now, all the same size beads, just different colours. So we'll start off with the hot pink, and then we've got some purple, and then we've got some fantastic blue coming your way. Oh, okay, the first one, the pink ones are slightly smaller actually, so these are 6mm and the other two strands are 8mm. So let's start with these. Yum. Very is it magenta, the colour that I'm thinking of? That these look very similar to. Yeah, I'm sure it's magenta. Something like that. Am I thinking magenta, or am I thinking... Yeah, it is, isn't it? Almost like... It's difficult to describe, isn't it, this one? It's a little bit... it's a little bit Patroki Kunzite, I have to say, because it's, you know, it's glaring pink. I love that. But there's a little twist of red, almost a little... yeah, a little twist of, like a rhodochrosite kind of, you know, twist of pink in there as well. There's everything going on here. Magenta, rhodochrosite, ruby. Yeah, exactly. Nice though, aren't they? £3.95. So straight in under £5 for you. We have another 1, 2, 3 that go under £5 just to kick off the hour. Nice, very bright. Very bright and very beautiful. Let's do some lovely purple. I'm going to say Tutti Frutti purple this time. Definitely. Other sweets are available. Look at that. And again, lots and lots of different shades coming through. Lighter, I love lighter purples. with a solid tone of colour. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Works very, very well. These are 8mm rounds. We've got this wonderful, inky blue coming up next, I suppose. It's kind of a
really
fountain
nice
pen
together.
ink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to love writing with a fountain pen. Now we don't even write, do we? You know, Christmas cards, postcards, not even cheques now. I write probably 1-2 cheques a year, maybe. And that's only because, you know, the accountant says just write a cheque and send it to so-and-so, whatever. That's it. Shopping lists. No, shopping lists are due on my mobile phone now. I send myself a text message saying, you know, boring stuff like, you know, eggs, flour, bread, loo rolls, all of that kind of stuff. I don't know whether I need any of that stuff at the moment. I've been away for so long, I don't know. No idea. Right, let's do the blue now. Do you remember the fountain pen ink, Deb, that used to smell of TCP?
Of TCP? No.
Other
antiseptics.
Thank you. Are available. Yeah. But you used to be able to buy blue ink cartridges. Please tell me someone remembers.
Oh, in the cartridge. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it may have been like the actual plastic that smelt. Was it? Or was it the ink? We need to experiment now.
Oh. Do you remember? Do you remember? If you do, please help us out. I feel we need the help tonight. 60777 and text the word JM Studio. Is it getting warm in here again now?
It is really warm.
It is getting warm.
It's because Kerry's back. She probably put the heating up.
Oh, bless you. It's getting a bit tropical in here. Here comes a message from Sally in Essex. I always use a fountain pen and use purple ink.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Sally, I did ask De Bruges earlier about you wanted your to know about hair colour, and
you can't say though.
Oh,
you have to message.
I'll message you later if I can remember. Remind me. Lots of writing in art journals.
Yes.
Says Sally.
Yeah.
Art journals.
Yeah, if you like sketchbooks.
Oh, you're writing the name of the idea next to the... Yeah. See, I'm not at all artistic, you see, other than in the vocal department. And even that's debatable. Tracy on Merseyside says, hi, Derek and Deb.
Hiya.
My bit of good news was starting my new job today.
Ooh.
I'm loving the show. Now, come on, Tracy, you can't tell us that much and not tell us the rest. Come on, what's the new job? Give us the gossip. We want to hear. Good news, says Debbie in Edinburgh. Even though I have a nasty virus, I hit my target weight and I've lost 3 stone.
Oh,
yes,
awesome.
Result. Well done. Well done. That's my next thing, actually. I need to move. Do you know what I mean? Because if I'm not sitting on one of these chairs, I'm sitting in the chair in my car. I need to get up and I need to work on what's going on here. Definitely. That's my next aim. Mind you, I'm getting out into the garden. Gardening's very good for you, actually, isn't it? Very, very good for you indeed. So I need to do a bit more of that, I think. £2.95 now for orange, red shells. Beautiful. These are nice.
I've not seen these ones before.
Do you know what they remind me of? Do you know what they've put in my mind, De Bruges?
What do they put in your mind?
The new Wonder Woman movie is out at the moment, isn't it?
She does that, I'm sure.
It's not. Yeah, no. We need to. Are there any big? We need to get her a big cuff bracelet to put on. Big cuff bangle.
Yeah.
There's a cuff necklace there. I don't know if that's quite going to make.
No, that's not.
No, it's not going to quite going to do it, is it?
No.
It's a big wooden. Oh no, that's not a bangle, is it? It's some kind of machine, isn't it? A bead spinner.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. How do we turn De Bruges into Wonder Woman? I don't know, but yes, a new film.
I think it'd take too much work.
But I don't think it's the old days where she just stands there and spins around and all that kind of thing.
Okay.
I think it's a bit more,
action.
Yeah, it's a bit more in today's. Like when they changed the Hulk, you never saw all the bit where the trousers ripped and all the rest of it. You don't see that anymore. It's just all, just goes in there. So a Wonder Woman stars there at £2.95. Let's do this Holy Frey Holy Mexican Fire Opal. I never thought I would see this here, I'll be honest with you. company I worked with previously, bringing you ready-made jewellery pieces, I was lucky enough to see their inventory of fire opal rough from Jalisco in Mexico. Oh my word, look at the different colours you've got going on here. I doubt we see much here, do we, Deb, fire opal?
We've not seen it for a while now. No.
I know.
And that's really intense colour, isn't it?
It is, and I love the shapes as well. The shapes that you have going on here, superb. I want it, I want it, I want it. Not just because it's an opal, but there is something very special about fire opal because there's something really zesty and alive about it. And the fact that, through the host, you have these wonderful whites. In fact, you don't really see a white like that, do you? Even in Ethiopian opals, you don't see white like that. That's kind of Australian territory, isn't it, really? But you do get it throughout the host as the fire opal becomes more fiery, funnily enough. Let me just make myself a bracelet. Not that I'm going to get this before it sells out. Yeah, love it. Do you know, the next time you see me, I'm just going to have this. Yeah,
you'll have it more than me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Right, okay, 13 chances. I'd be happy to pay $59.95 for this. That's my own personal opinion. If Dan was saying to me, right, okay, I've got this strand of fire opal, it's been cut into these shapes, it's been pre-drilled for you, it's ready to go, you re-strand it and it's a bracelet for you, or you can make jewellery designs, I would be more than happy if that price tag sat there at $59.95. And listen, I'm not little Lord Fauntleroy. I don't have a massive budget to spend on gemstones, but I would happily pay a premium for a gemstone which is so not unusual. It's not unusual. It's the fact that its rarity. You so rare, and I don't mean actually even in terms of the gemstone is incredibly rare. It's just that access to it outside of ready-made jewellery is such a hen's teeth situation. Lucky you, well done Claire. Sally in Essex, well done, congratulations, you will love this. And I know, if I remember rightly, I think Sally has bought fire opal jewellery from me at previous channels. I think, if my memory serves me correctly. And I know that it is one of those stones that, again, collector's territory, even way beyond in terms of, how every day you will probably see an Ethiopian opal strand of one description or another. Fire opal, think the last time you saw a fire opal strand on offer. Yeah, me too. No idea. Didn't expect when I looked through the schedule, when I arrived this afternoon, I was like, and they are printed quite small, so I had to check my contact lenses were in. And I looked down and I said to Dan, fire opal? I didn't think we moved in that kind of circle. Fire opal. Look at how brilliantly red they are. Beautiful. I love every one of those pieces, every single one. Adore it. I can't believe it's only 25 quid.
I know, that's good for that quality. That's lovely, the colour.
I want it. Oops, I've dropped it in my drawer. Oops. Oh well. Okay, it's going back in the box. Which one, number 10? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Other side.
That one. I've got 2 T-bars, you see. I'll put that one there as well.
It's snucked up on you.
Thank you, De Bruges.
Yeah.
I mentioned, didn't I, before? I've talked about this on our shows quite an awful lot.
That's amazing. Look at the faceting.
Yeah. I love it. This is my favourite variety of rutilated quartz. So it's little threads of rutile that run through the quartz, and they sometimes call it angel hair that goes through, because it is literally, it's golden in colour, and I think what we'll have to do, just to get a real good view, is to come one that's come through to one that's heavily rutilated. I'd say this one in the middle here, Kerry, if you can. If you, should we do a little extender in visit? Because it's one of those that we really need, you need to be like that, eye to eye with it. Look, 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 look. And then you can see, when they say, look, that's it, those threads of rutile almost look like spun gold. Love it. But I love on the other stones as well, just how crystal clear they are. Thank you, team. Sorry, I'm going in and out, in and out, in and out like a yo-yo. Bless you. Thank you for that. Look at that. Well done, Janet. Congratulations. Well done, Ilva. Congratulations. We're in single figures now. Again, this is the first time for me. You know how many shows I've done recently. And this is the first time I've seen golden rutile quartz at this channel. I love it. Love it.
I've not seen it for years, actually.
Love it, love it. No. No, I haven't actually.
We did have some a while ago, and also some black rutilated quartz as well. But
and there's one where you can get an orange rutile as well, can't you?
Ah.
Yeah, so it almost looks like tiny, tiny strips of julienne carat that goes through it. It's amazing, seriously. It's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. In fact, actually, Dan, who's producing the show tonight, Dan and I used to work together at what is now Gemporia 10 years ago. And we had golden rutile quartz there. I think the whole time I was with, I may as well just say it now, TJC for 7 years. I don't think I ever saw golden rutile quartz there. No disrespect to them, obviously. Yes. Yes, over here. It's like treasure hunt tonight. I need Annika. I need Annika Rice tonight. That was a job and a half, wasn't it? Her job in treasure hunt.
Yeah, that kept her fit.
Good Lord. You'd have to have a head for heights, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
To be up in the helicopter. Well, they used to have 2 helicopters, didn't they? One for her, and one for the camera to take the shots of the second helicopter. Or didn't one do the communications or something? They had 2, I know. Look, can I just show you the back of these for a second? Look. Oh, I'm not sure if
That's a good polish on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I prefer them. Sorry, Kerry. I'm not sure if I prefer them that way round or that way round. There's kind of merits to both, isn't there? If you were creating more of a sort of liquid type design, do you know, or effect, they look like little silver gingerbread men always, don't they, from that angle? But of course, sorry. And someone designed these deliberately, beautifully, for their merit in each petal there looking individually. And there's me, turning them around and turning them into silver gingerbread men. Good job the designer's not here right now, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose so. They're gorgeous though, aren't they? They are gorgeous. Do you know, I have to say, that is the nicest, most beautiful, most animated charm that I've seen. Do you know, if I had a water feature at home, I would love it to look like that. You know, with the water flowing into the centre. Yeah. Oh, I like that. $10.95, and you're getting 3 of those. Yeah, 3 of those. It's gorgeous. I think they're great. I want to pick up another one, and let me show you. I'll pick up the other one with the other tweezers, and just show you both textures that you can look. So this is sort of back to front, so to speak. Although it's so wrong, it's right. Do you know what I mean? And then the right way round, I guess, or as the design was intended, as this wonderful. It's like a primrose flower, is it? That kind of petal formation, roughly-ish, I think, isn't it? I know. It's quite. Sure. It's quite mesmerising, isn't it? You could watch that all night.
Can you hold it so it's just like,
Profile.
Yeah. So it's just floating
Yeah.
flat, like parallel with the desk. Because then yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see the curl on the petal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's very.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of definition to it.
Because I couldn't work out if it was the reflection where it's so highly polished.
Yeah.
Or if it was actually the petal that was.
Oh no, they're all curved.
curve.
It's almost like the back of 5 spoons that have been manipulated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, obviously it's not, but visually.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, it's nice.
Stunning,
it's
isn't it?
got a
I
lot
might
of
just-
life and movement.
Yeah. It just works, doesn't it?
Perfect for earrings, because obviously if it turns and moves, then
Yeah.
you've got all of that.
Or
detail.
I think, you know, neckline, because it will talk as well as you're talking, as you're moving, it will animate for you as well. Well done, very popular indeed. Well done, well done. I don't know where to put these pots. Right, we're one away from our must-have. Actually, I'm going to take this off this. A whole metre of sterling silver chain with stations of peacock pearls. A whole metre! And they are beautiful, true peacock pearls as well. Gorgeous. With that lovely sort of aubergine skin. And you've just so much to work with. It just goes on and on and on and on. And I could just keep wrapping that round, around, around, around. There you go. Look, there's loads of it. Look. It just seems to come from nowhere because it's a whole metre. Right, so that's coming up. Oh, 5 minutes. Right, keep you there, safe and sound then. In the meantime, yum, 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 yum. Remember we had that strand of cherry amber last night?
Yes.
And it was sort of midway, wasn't it, between cognac and cherry, wasn't it? I actually thought this strand was cherry amber when I first saw it. It's got so much depth to it, and it's because of the gemstone cut. Have a look at this. They're actually garnets, but they've got such an amazing cut to them. It's quite an unusual cut, actually, isn't it, to see them side by side like that?
Actually.
Yeah. They're almost a little bit like wheels. But they've been gorgeously faceted all the way around. The colour, look, actually that's a really good angle and vantage to see the colour properly.
You can really see the colour because they're spaced out there. So that's how I would probably re-strand it if I was just going to make a bracelet or necklace. Re-strand just like that with crimp tubes in between.
Yes, it's delicious.
Really beautiful.
Look at that. And you can see the real essence. I think sometimes when you see some big pieces of garnet, because it is a darker stone, there is sometimes that temptation for, if only I could had the ability to chop that in half and see its, to see its soul. Do you know what I mean? And I think this allows you to truly see the soul of the gemstone. I love it. $12.95 is good, isn't it, for 55 carats? Considering you have, oodles of pieces there to use. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 3. What is it about going from 2 to 3 tonight?
There's a major pause there.
It wasn't for dramatic effect, I would tell you. $12.95. I get to 22 and then I'm like, okay, I've been counting in twos. Well, it's from counting up in twos to only ones. I think that's probably what it is. Kind of brain goes, what would be the next number then? Although, trying to do maths on telly, it's just...
It's always dangerous.
You're on a hiding to nowhere.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are, mathematically, you try and doing it on live TV. How Rachel Riley does that, where she just gets a great big marker and just goes, well, you take this and that, carry the 3, times the 2, there you go, and you've got it. How do they do it time and time and time and time again? Do you think they ever get it wrong, though, and go, oh, no, actually, I didn't mean that? Cut. Let's do that again.
Probably.
They've got to, haven't
Yeah,
they? You can't get
probably.
that right so many times, can you, every show?
Yeah,
they do
I'd like
pre-record
to
it.
see them doing it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think that would be a long day. Do you know, I once went to see, have a look at your garnet so while we're nattering. I once went to see, what was it? Oh, when Bruce Forsyth used to do the Generation game, I went to see a recording of that. And that takes a lot longer than the actual show. Here's the one that I went to see. I knew there was another one. I went to go and see once Stars in Their Eyes.
Oh, right, yeah.
At Granada in Manchester. And so first, I'm trying to think how they do this.
The transformation thing.
They do
going
it
on,
all
haven't
out
you?
of order, yes, because they do the little hello, nice to meet you interviews first.
Yeah.
And then they all go off, and then you do all of the, oh no, which way does it? Anyway, they do it all out of order, basically, in the way that logic would have you do it. Anyway, to film a 1 hour show, I think it takes 6.5 hours, or it took, back in the day, took 6.5 hours.
Blimey.
That's a lot of sitting down.
It is.
For one carton of orange juice. That's it. 1 carton of orange juice. Oh, right. This is what we've been waiting for all our lives. Well, at least all of the late show since 6 o'clock. It's time for this. Oh, you got to have it. You got to have it. It's the must-have. Yeah, it's almost an instruction, isn't it? Must-have. Must-have. It's a metre of sterling silver chain with, at very regular intervals, peacock pearls. True peacock pearls as well, that lovely aubergine skin peacock pearl. Ooh, nice, 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 nice. Now, I was just trying to think, it was your necklace last night, wasn't it, with the crochet?
It was, yes.
Using the wildfire, wasn't it?
Using the Eslon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That actually created what I thought
a chain.
was chain, because it looked so good. Actually, this would have been really, really nice because that was with white pearls, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely adore that. I think
Yes, it's nice, isn't it?
Sort of piece I'd wear all the time.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. Now, I know what you're going to ask me, so I'll reckon it up and tell you. Why not? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32 pearls to the metre. Well, actually, when you see them all together as well, then you kind of think, ooh, now. I had one idea when I saw the whole thing.
Yep.
And now I've bunched them up together there. I'm seeing other things. I'm going in a different direction.
You could actually gather the chain up using monofilament, and you wouldn't see the monofilament.
Yeah.
But you'd get a really nice sort of texture going on with it at the front of a necklace.
I'm definitely thinking some kind of cluster arrangement.
Yeah.
Although you've got the chain there, haven't you? You've got about, what's that, about an inch of chain between each pearl there. So where would your mind go? What ideas are you coming up with at home? What are you thinking about for this? Because I think this is great. So that's a little wrap loop, is it, either side?
It will be, yeah.
Connecting the chain, so you can get in anywhere you like here.
Yeah. And it would take you ages to actually create the chain. Doing wrap loops and cutting all of the chain to the same length and.
Yeah, because it's very good because it is pretty much.
It's very regular. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's an inch there or there. It's actually slightly bigger than an inch, actually. I think it's probably an inch of chain and then the 2 wrap loops at either end in terms of your distance. They're gorgeous pearls, though, actually. They're a nice regular size, too.
Yeah. Yeah. They are very nice. I've made necklaces like that, and it can take like 4 or 5 hours easily.
Yeah. And this, you can create that wonderful kind of, excuse me a second, down here, I have a bust.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. But you can create that
You've got
kind
a
of...
rabbit down there.
We saw in... No, there's an owl. You can create that lovely sort of tiered effect, can't you? But you can actually create multi-tiers by having one longer length of either the crochet that you did with the Eslon, and then just at intervals bring a length of this across.
Yes, so you get the sparkle of the chain as well then.
But also it saves you keep having to go right the way round with the pearls, because you don't have to. You can have them all at the front. I mean, at the end of the day, the party happens at the front of a necklace, really, doesn't it?
I mean, what you can do is use all of that at the front and then plain sterling silver chain around the back to a clasp.
Yeah.
So
so that makes it go a lot further, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or if you're looking for that long line design that you just cannot find, remember a metre is 39.5 inches, isn't it? Yeah, 39.5 inches is a metre. We all look at our respective rulers. So that's great. So if you want that longer length, of course allow for the clasp and everything else. But I think actually even if you want, most long lines are somewhere between, you know, sort of 27 and 34 inches. Well, you have 39.5 inches, so you've enough to either, you know, play around with the bracelet idea or some nice drop earrings as well. And that's if you just literally use that. So with 32 pearls on this strand, we've just managed to get that down to less than £1 a pearl. 31.95. Tremendous. And you will just find so many different ways. Again, when you see that sort of stretched out like that, it does kind of give you some different ideas, doesn't it? And it looks beautiful. And they're all regular intervals. But if I can, stay where you are, if I can bring them, gather them all in to where your shot is there. Look, now I've got all 32 pearls in that shot. And now you're thinking, oh, now I've got a different idea. Because remember, because you have the wrap loops there, they're almost like their own mini connectors, aren't they?
Yeah. We have had chain in the past where we've had drops running along the chain, so you've got your spaced out. Yeah,
like little briolets or something.
Along, and then drops coming off as well, so you could do that sort of thing.
And you could add that kind of thing actually. If you have top drilled briolets or shapes or drops or pairs or whatever it is, or marquee shapes, even whatever you want to, you can bring those in and add them to the wrap loops, or you can get in. I guess you could get in. Could you get in with a featherweight head pin or an eye pin maybe into the middle of that?
Oh,
in
easily.
That chain? Yeah.
Probably even a standard head pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And then you could add your own drops in there, couldn't you? And then you've got 2 or 3 different designs out of that, even in necklaces, haven't you? That's a tremendous buy, isn't it? $31.95. That really is good, and it's all in sterling silver too.
I'd be so tempted to cut some off though for long
earrings.
Long earrings.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because actually, just 3 of the pearls as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, a 3-inch drop for an earring is kind of more than enough, isn't it? You know, I'll just do from a distance there. Yeah. And
then put a gemstone drop on the bottom.
Yeah.
Just a little pear or a briolet wrap, or a little bit of spinel or a white pearl.
Always spinel, isn't it?
Yeah,
always
white
spinel.
Pearl would work really well.
Beautiful, well done.
Nice.
$31.95. Really nice inspiration, that. Now there's a tanzanite strand sitting here, Dan. I might just show you. I don't know if we're doing it straight away. We're going to do it straight away, or should we do it now? I just noticed the depth of the colour. Now, this is actually from a previous hour. We didn't quite get a chance to run it. Now, is this... Actually, I'll just wait for the details to come up, because, again, visually... Yeah, and I know people, you know, unfortunately in our industry, people say these kind of things for fun, and it kind of, you know, it kind of negates them over time. But I am genuinely surprised that this hasn't been denoted in the details, and if it isn't, then you know I can't say it is. But I'm genuinely quite surprised that this hasn't been denoted as a graded shade because of its depth of colour. It truly is. You know, I'm not going to go into, you know, A's. I'm not going to start, you know, doing all of that. Well, I think it could be 67A tanzanite. I'm not about to say that to you because, of course, I actually, when it comes to tanzanite, I always say, you know what, regardless of how many A's people put, you know, next to it, it really doesn't matter. Does it look good? Does it look strong? Does it hold its colour? You know, when it's in an exposed setting like this, I mean, one, it's got more than unusual amounts of light shining at it. It's sitting on a white background there, and if you have a little look at the depth of colour and the consistency of colour through those stones, I'll let you make the judgment yourself, hey, as to if it were a graded tanzanite, how many A's you'd put next to it. Because to me, you know, completely, you know, it annoys me sometimes when people do say, oh, well, you know, to me it looks like 67A grade. And I kind of think, leave me to judge that for myself. Is it a good strand? Is it a nice strand? You know, amount of A's after its name.
Yeah.
Made no difference, did it really? Look at that.
She's a beautiful strand.
Thank you, Sally. Yes, you're right. It is, which is why I'd rather let it speak for itself rather than saying, it's a 14A grade tanzanite. One, because there's no such thing, and two, I always like you to make your own judgments. The great thing is if on there, in fact, sorry, Kerry, I'm going to move it right to the front on that painted surface there, because that's even whiter than the white of the desk. Look. Oh, my crikey. And actually, in this, well, actually, I have to say, a credit to this team is that in jewellery studios, usually they have spotlights. This studio doesn't have spotlights at all. It has, what do they call them, Ben? Floodlights. Yeah, you can see them. They're like the ones that they have in the movie set, like you imagine them to be, with like big barn doors on the edges of them. So there's not like one concentrated sort of pin of light coming down to anywhere on the desk. But that's about as white as the background as you will get in this studio. And look, oh, actually I can probably go one whiter than that, but it might wreck, because I've got some.
That's what I do at home.
Yeah.
Is I'll get a sheet of really white paper.
Get a sheet of printer paper and use that as the benchmark.
Yeah.
90 carats, 62.95. That's a rarity, isn't it? Great sizes. Um, 62. No, I've got it. I just can't hear you, Dev. Am I selected? That'd be why. I knew he was there, but it was so far in the background.
It's because you told him he was getting loud earlier. That's what it was.
They were gossiping, weren't they? They were talking about us, Deb. That's what it is.
Ooh.
That's right. When you get deselected, that means you're being talked about.
Yeah.
62.95. Oh yeah. I best not say that though, Dan. I was diplomatic. Right. Okay. So. Ooh. Oh, crikey, that's big. Big strand of big nuggets. Okay. Okay, goodbye. It doesn't need me. Doesn't need me. How many do we have? We don't need me then, do you? I mean, for heaven's sake. If that strand needs me, Deb, and I need the fresh air in the walk anyway.
Bit of a wander.
But if that strand needs me, then there's problems, isn't there? That's massive.
It is massive. Yeah.
It's huge.
It looks like a 90 centimetre strand.
Oh yeah, it's a big one.
It's It's nice.
Don't need me. $3.95.
That's a silly price.
In fact, I probably do need to go back, don't I? So at least you get some sort of context.
We've got some citrine as well, haven't we?
I'll come back. Yes, there's a bit of a star bar. Just watch, look. Look. Size of, in fact.
Size of an elephant.
Look.
What was that programme?
Now you don't mean, I've no idea. Are you all right there? Is it getting too warm for you again?
It's boiling my brain.
Right, now you see. Now you see. $3.95.
Yummy.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay, I'll go back. Sorry, Kerry, I won't do it again. Poor Kerry has to reframe that camera it sits on the wall, that camera, that goes over to Deb. Right, number 15. Oh yes, and I will remind you, as Deb reminded me, we have got a star buy coming up on citrine very, very shortly. Yes, it is. It's yeah, a couple of weeks' time, and it will be summer. Longest day. I think it's meteorologically. I think it's summer already, but I think it's actually summer until. Oh, is it?
Summer solstice.
When's that?
21st.
21st. That's the longest day, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's when the nights start drawing back in again. Anyway, citrine coming up as your star buy very, very shortly. But before that, these are nice. I like these. Right. Right, let's put those on here. Oh. They're charms. 3-tone ring charms.
Oh, are they flat?
Yes-ish.
Rounded.
Yes.
Sort of.
Ever so
edges.
slightly.
Yeah.
They're
not plump, are they?
No, they're not. They're not jump ring round. They are slim
Like
yet
flattened but
curved.
smoothed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we've described it now? I think we're there.
So.
I think we've done
they're
it.
gorgeous. I'm loving
They are
those.
nice. They are nice, and it's great to mix your metals as well. In fact, you can make a really, really beautiful. Well, you could, mix them all together.
I'd probably put 2 loops of chain through one of them.
Yeah.
And then bring the loose ends of the chain, so the loops go through the ring.
Yeah.
2 ends, and then onto a clasp and make a bracelet.
Yeah.
So it's just looping through the ring in the centre.
They are delicious, aren't they? Where else do you buy something like this? Do you know, I was shocked today. I was in a card shop because I was buying a couple of different cards. Obviously, Father's Day is coming up soon, and a couple of other bits and pieces. And I went into a well-known card retailer, and I won't say which one. It's irrelevant, really. But I noticed that their price for even little kind of things that you can stick on things, like little pretend pearls that you can just stick onto a greetings card, or letters or stars that you can stick on the outside of a gift box and whatever. And I was looking at packs of those. I really was quite surprised at the price of those as well. I was like, gosh, and they do good quantities and everything else, but I kind of thought, well, you would need an awful lot of those packs to make something constructive. There's not like a variety of things in one pack that I could usably use. I'd have to buy one of those and one of those and one of those just to get something that was worthy of making the effort in the first place. That quite shocked me, actually. I'd never seen that kind of thing before out and about. Love these, though. And they're in solid sterling silver. Oh gosh, I hadn't even noticed that the price had come up. Sorry, I was too busy rabbiting. $7.95. No, well, blimey, how much lower do you want to go? $7.95 is pretty good, actually, isn't it? And this isn't about gram weight either. This is about the fact that they make a design statement, whether you use them, you know, individually on the pieces, or whether you decide to mix your metal. See, this is why I'm not a surgeon, by the way. I don't have too steady a hand. Look at that. Imagine that. You won't have me doing your varicose veins anytime soon, let me tell you. Look at that. Not that any of you have varicose veins at all. I do already, would you believe? Yeah. In my foot.
In your foot?
I have varicose veins on the side of my foot. I know.
Ow.
I'm only 22, as we know. Anyway, on that bombshell, it's time for one of these. Enough of my worries, though. Let's do citrine. Let's do citrine instead, shall we? Do you know, Deb, we've been looking at this strand since 4 o'clock this afternoon, haven't we?
And it's still as pretty as it was then.
It is. In fact, it's grown on us. Every time we see it, we like it more and more and more. It is a nice strand, actually.
I love the
Very nice.
faceting on there.
Yeah, they are
That's
gorgeous.
what does it for me, I think.
Yeah. It's a nice mid-tone for citrine as well. You know, I think I've said to you before, the freshly squeezed lemon juice tone isn't particularly for me. I'll find positives for it, but it's just, for me, I prefer something with a bit more body of colour, especially as that's what citrine is all about. And it is a happy gemstone, isn't it? It is something that if you are using, you know, purples and greens, if you're staying in the same family, if you're using your, you know, amethyst and peridot, citrine just really does. It's like you don't really realise until you've actually put it into the mix, but it really is. It's like the crest, isn't it? It kind of works. I love it. I love the lighter tones. Good, isn't it? What are you thinking?
Actually, owl's eyes. That's one thing you've not said, owl's eyes.
Right.
But actually,
yes, and I know what she means. For once, I know what she means. Right. I'm going to do this in a very rudimentary kind of fashion, because obviously I can't break the strand really, because this will be one of the strands that's coming your way. But do you think it could work for an owl's eye?
So,
yes.
Yeah, you probably put like a fine head pin through.
Yeah.
And then just wrap it onto the side. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I was just about to launch into bright eyes then, but I saved you from that, because I was thinking, no, that's not owls, is it? That's rabbits. Oh, hang on, Dan. I thought, as this was a star buy, it was star buy based on its premium quality. Therefore, it would come with a premium price tag. Okay then, $7.95, folks. Jump it straight into your basket right now if you can. And if you were thinking, owl's eyes,
As you do.
like you do, someone else must have done, then you've got the perfect opportunity.
Flower
to use
centres.
this. Yeah, definitely. Yes. See, that's the great thing at this time of the year. People don't think necessarily about flower designs at this time of the year, because they look out into the garden and they can see all of the colour there. But give it 6-8 weeks when everything's kind of, you know, sort of fading again, and we're starting to, oh no, it might be a bit longer than that, but you know what I mean, end of the summer.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll start seeing those colours fading. You really do appreciate how, and I said this earlier, for every colour in the garden, Mother Nature has a gemstone for that colour. Absolutely, no matter what the shade is, whether it's, you know, whether it's a peony flower or any variety of rose that you have, any flower whatsoever, yeah. Mother Nature has a gemstone that is that colour, which means that you can keep that colour forever. I mean, the last time I was in my garden, that I remember, you know, there's peonies just bursting out at the moment. There's daylilies that are starting to come up. There's roses that are coming out. I've got a vigila, a tree, plant, shrub, whatever it is, which has the most incredible sort of sort of cerise trumpets coming out, and I love it.
Yeah.
And they don't last long, and
fab.
so you have to sort of capture the moment while they're there and enjoy it. But with gemstones, of course, you can have that forever. $7.95. Oh, well done. Well done. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Gabrielle. And Celia and Karen and Denise and Isabel, Suzanne and Nigel in Cumbria. Welcome to you. Lovely Cumbria. How's Cumbria today? What's the weather been like today? I don't know. I feel like I've been indoors all day.
Rain.
Oh, yes, it was wet today. That's why I went shopping.
Yeah.
That's why I went shopping. It was raining. That's what you do, isn't it, when it rains? Go shopping. $7.95. Yeah, no sunshine today. I hope it's nice for the weekend. I need a long-range forecast for Yorkshire for the weekend, Dan. Yeah. I've got Ripon Saturday. That'll be the day where I'll be
nice.
asleep all day in my garden, I think, on Saturday. That'd be quite nice. Very nice, yeah. Once I've fed the birds. Birds are going crazy at the moment. Do you know, I'm still putting fat balls out at the moment. I know that's wrong. I know people will say, naughty, naughty, shouldn't do that during the summer.
You are
The
supposed
fledglings.
to feed them all year long.
Oh, are you?
I think so, yeah.
The fledglings are liking that. Say again, Dan? Light rain showers on Saturday. Oh well, never mind. To go shopping again, won't I? $7.95. Or I could. No, it might be too soon to get a kit home and get started.
I thought you were going to say get a kitten.
No.
But you were going to go shopping for a kitten.
No,
then.
Jacob wouldn't allow that. He's a good old age. My black cat we're talking about now. He's a good 14, 15. So
yeah, set in his ways.
yeah, absolutely.
Not going to take to a kitten.
Yeah, no new animals allowed.
No.
I mean, he's still telling the birds off outside, but I still, you know. Even though
So
I feed
brilliant.
them, I do tell him they're not mine. You know, they just come for food. It's not me that's bringing them here. Because you know, cats tell you, don't they, as if to say, "Would you get rid of those birds? What are they doing? Just annoying me, fluttering around." £7.95 for your citrine strand. Congratulations to everyone that has it right now. It's beautiful. I love it. We have got a recap of the deal of the day. It's this one here. Ah, okay. It's amber connectors as your deal of the day today, which are the ones that are in the little pot there. But one of our beading buddies has made this fabulous bracelets. Let me find out who it is. Made by Anne. Made by smiley face Anne. There you go. Beautiful bracelet. So you can buy the little connectors in amber in just a moment as we recap the deal of the day. It's 5 to 9 again.
It is indeed.
You know what that means, don't you? That in 5 minutes' time or so, it's kit number 2 as well, isn't it? With amber, and we'll go and grab your amber necklace in a second and show everybody, which will be amazing because this next kit is really hot to trot. You will love it. If you love your amber, fantastic. We've got your amber deal of the day, of course. Then your amber kit coming up, which I think is a winner, and I do love amber as well. So, you know, I'm still on the lookout for my first kit item code. It could be the one coming up after this break. Don't go far.
I like working with Kumihimo because it's a very mobile craft. I can take it with me to various different places and work on it on the go. It's got endless patterns that you can create with lots of varied materials which Jewellery Maker sell in abundance. So things like our satin cords and waxed cords, but we can use ribbons and wire as well. And I like the product because that it's sort of something that all ages can do. So from the very young, my children enjoy making Kumihimo braids, right through to people who might have some sorts of dexterity problems because it's very easy, there's nothing heavy to move, and you get into a real zone of sort of peaceful tranquility while doing it, and it just takes you to another place and you just get lost in the moment of making Kumihimo.
It couldn't be easier to buy from Jewellery Maker with all the information you need right there on screen, from the item code and the product description right down to the price. And whether you're buying at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, what are you waiting for? Simply telephone our free phone number or join us at JewelleryMaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Order from us today at www.jewellerymaker.com. Deal of the day time. We are lucky, actually, because whenever it's an amber deal of the day, we are lucky by this time of the day on the Late Show that we still have some opportunity, and we do. And they are these little beauties that I'm going to put down on their desk, actually, because they need a little bit of a lighter background, I think. So let's line them all up, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gorgeous Baltic amber sterling silver spacers. These are beautiful, and actually would really, we were just checking out the Baltic amber in the kit coming up. I will just show you very, very quickly. I'll bring it into that shot. You've got some rounds with some silver spacers in the kit coming up, and you've also got one hubba of a big cab as well. So we'll get to that. So if you want to buy the deal of the day, it completely complements what we have coming up in the kit with the amber. Crikey! Now, do we know how many of these have sold through the day, Dan? Because they're always very, very popular, the deal of the day, I know. Hundreds. Right. Okay. How many are we looking at left? Have we still got a good stock, or...? Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15's into 6. 6, 12. It's about £2 something, is it? Per doodah? 6. £2.50. That is darn good, isn't it? When you consider that these are, obviously the silver is bezeled through the centre, so it's almost like you're getting sort of two, the effect is almost like having sort of two cabochons back to back. That's very difficult to do. That's very difficult to do.
Isn't it?
Oh, how nice will that feel next to the skin as well? Because amber is, it's hard enough to make jewellery with, yet it's feeling to the skin. If I just put this cabochon on the back of my hand for a second. It's like, excuse me, I do beg your pardon. It's like when an amber kind of warms up, it just has that, I don't know, just it's almost like it's like an invisible feel. You know, sometimes when you get a, I don't know, this is the nearest I can describe. You know, sometimes when you get a hand cream that just completely sinks in and disappears straight away, versus one of those that sits there and you think, oh, actually, now I feel greasy and clogged up. You know, one of those that just goes on and goes in and that's it, zip, gone. It's a little bit like that, because there's, even though you see the size of that cabochon that I have on the back of my hand at the moment, that's a hefty cabochon, yeah? That's quite a big cabochon. 30 by 20, it's coming up in the kit in just a moment, but it feels like nothing on the skin, because it's just, it has that instant, I don't know, just works, doesn't it, next to the skin amber?
It does.
Anyway, that's not for now, that's for the kit. Sorry. Here's what's in your deal of the day. But amber is fantastic to wear. And Anne with the smiley face has, one of our beading buddies, has made this fantastic bracelet. And I have to say, it is lovely. In fact, it's so lovely. I'm going to take it off that little stand so you can kind of appreciate its beauty. So she's used a sterling silver bead in the centre, a sterling silver connector, it looks like, in the centre. And then she's used all 6 of the deal of the day teardrop connectors. Beautiful. How much is this again? Oh yeah, for, how little should I say? £14.95. So, did we say £2.50? Yeah, we've rounded it up, obviously. £2.49 point something or other. But either way, very good for buying amber. They're great pieces, aren't they? Love it. Lots of people coming in. Well done. Our Scylla in Oxfordshire. Well done. Elizabeth, Francis, Sandra in West Yorkshire, Violet in Greater Manchester, and you, if you want to, as well, by going onto the web at jewellerymaker.com, downloading our app via the App Store. You can do that via Google Play or the other one, you know, the App Store, the iStore thing. Deb will know what it's called. Come on, let's go and ask Deb. I have no idea what it's called. I do have an iPhone as well. Other phones are available. What do they call it?
iTunes.
iTunes, that's it. iTunes. It's easy as that, isn't it? Anyway, just go, whatever device you have, just go to your App Store and just type in Jewellery Maker and download our app. And when you have it there in front of you, you can send messages to us right now to say, that Derek, does he know anything? Whatever you like, you can send him whatever you like. Or, of course, if you have any questions for Deb or any of our guest designers that you see through the day, get in touch. We are very much a two-way street. In fact, it's your show. In fact, without you, we don't have a show. So make sure you stick around. There's a big humming in here, isn't there? There's a big...
Not a hornet.
No, it's not a hornet.
One of the lights or something. It's an electrical hum.
It's a big, deep hum. Oh, that's interesting,
just over
isn't
there
it?
somewhere.
Anyway, right, let's have a look at Deb's spectacular piece. Let's have a look at the necklace first, which I love, and I particularly love. Again, with someone with very little experience, I love the overall design. I think there's something like a symphony about it. It sounds like a symphony, but I really, really love what you've done here with the big cabochon, just at the side here.
I might swap that bust for a white one.
Oh, I've got one over here.
Oh, yes, you have.
I've got one, don't worry.
Down with your rabbit.
Have bust will travel.
Because you can't see.
You can't see that netting, can you?
You can't see the cabochon on there. That's
better. It. Right, Ben. Let's get rid of that one and have a look at that one.
Thanks.
Now, this is what I was trying to point out here. This wire work that you've done around the amber cab, I think is fantastic, because it doesn't cover, it doesn't hide the amber away at all. it lets all of its golden beauty just, you know, it just lets it
Shine.
shine. Yes.
That's thanks to Laura binding, because until about 3 weeks ago, I hadn't actually netted a cabochon at all. I'd never done it. And I gate crashed one of Laura's workshops and she taught me how to do it.
That's wonderful, isn't it? Now, there is one spectacular necklace. What we're going to see tonight is, actually, you should try this on.
Oh.
You are the
I'll put it on
mistress of creation here. Deb has made a phenomenal ring. Obviously not those two, they're hers. There you go. That one, which I think is delicious. It's two-tone, and that's the one that we are going to see. Just to show you, more than anything, we were talking about this earlier, more to show you how one single amber, because I was saying, when you have amber in your kit, I think sometimes you can get a little bit confined and you feel like you need to use them all in one and squash them all together, and they are a little bit, your thoughts might be a little bit limited. And what Deb has done here has shown you how one single amber round can make the most spectacular piece of jewellery. It's incredible.
It's one on its own.
Right, listen, let's go through all of the kit and caboodle, everything that we are getting in this kit for you. Of course, let's start with the amber. I've shown you one of the pieces that you're getting already, which is this massive, huge cabochon. And of course, you will find many ways to sort of utilise that. You'll have an idea in mind. In fact, actually, what you might do is use the amber rounds for making jewellery for other people, or for selling or whatever. And I think you might well save the cab. That's mine. You know, do you know what I mean? You might save that for yourself. You've got really, really lovely strand of amber rounds that do come with these sterling silver spacer tubes as well, which is great. So you have a, they are 5x4 to 7x6 with the sterling silver spacers. You are getting, oh yes, 15mm spacers. I'm just going to count the ambers for you. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 33, 6, 9, 42, 45. 45 amber rounds on your strand. And in your copper wire, we've got its champagne coloured copper wire, which is great. So in the 0.25, you're getting 100 metres, and you're getting 10 metres of 0.4, 0.8 and 1mm. Got it right first time. Yes. It's always a victory when I get a wire bundle just rattled off straight away. Combined price of everything together, Dan, is £63.20. I mean, obviously, when you've got a cab of that kind of size in amber, it will always be quite considerable in terms of its, you know, its price profile. But you've got all of that wonderful, you've got all of those wonderful spacers, plus the amber rounds as well. Did I say 45? 45 amber rounds, plus the sterling silver spacer tubes as well. So quite rightly and absolutely £63.20. No. The reason we put these kits together is so that we can smash it, bash it, crash it, drop it. Let's do it. Let's see how low it goes. Now, I know I'm no great mathematician, especially live on TV, but that sounds like about half-ish of that price tag.
More or less.
More or less. That's incredible. That's incredible. $34.95. That's the price I would expect to pay for the large cab. Sorry, I'll take that away because there's nothing on that one. I've taken that ring already. Sorry, if I put that over there and that there and that there, you can have another look. Sorry, I do beg your pardon. It's because I stole that beautiful ring. We're about to make it, that's why. That's why we're about to make it. Okay, can I urge you earlier? Oh, well, look, already you don't need telling, do you? I know when you see a great kit, I just know it goes straight in the basket, and then you think, right, okay, I'm going to get it now. I know I'm going to love the demonstration. I know how to use the pieces that are in it. I know that it's great value for money, so people are already grabbing the kit as well. Congratulations. Lots of collectors. And actually, it looks like as well we've got a fair few first timers in terms of, you know, taking a kit as well, which is great news. I mean, actually, seriously, now I see that price tag at nearly half of the constituent price. Really what were the constituents price tag again? Was it £63 something, wasn't it? Okay, £63.20. So virtually half the price tonight for your kit price at $34.95. Oh, that's truly, I don't want to coin the phrase of anybody else's advertising slogan, but that is truly epic. It's very good, isn't it? Very good. Right, okay, remind us again, if you will. Will you just try that on again?
Oh, okay.
Because what we're doing in this demonstration is, one, we don't always, don't often show you a technique from a ring. We don't get to do that so often. I think pretty much every kit I've had here, we've shown you the spectacular necklace of the makes from the designer. This time, because I thought actually, and Deb thought the same actually, let's show you how one of those 45 amber rounds can really do the business for you in something spectacular. I love it. How do I do it? How do I do it?
Right. Start off with a piece of wire, 1mm. And this is way too much, so it's probably enough there for 3-4 rings. So to start off, what you need to do is bend the wire over so you've got a loop. So what this section is going to be is here at the end of the sterling silver bars.
Oh, that's how you did it.
A little loop.
Oh, sorry. I even since 4 o'clock this afternoon, I was trying to work out where the wire was to make that, and you've used sterling silver spaces from the strand.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know I catch on quick? Don't I catch on quick? Hopeless.
You only needed to ask.
That's very true. But I don't want to look a fool. I wait until we're on the telly to do that. Right, shut up, Derek. Let's see how this is done.
You take the loop and decide what size, more or less, you want. You need it slightly larger. I'm just trying to find where my
letters are.
I've
you rub them
used
off.
this to
There
death.
they are. Just coming around now. There they are.
Anyway, I know that's round about a T there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the size we're going to work on. So shape your wire round. And actually, this makes a really nice ring without anything in the centre. If you then trim the wires off and just wrap them around the loop. And that's a really simple ring there. But what we're going to do is, so that's our size that we've got there. What we're going to do is work out how long the tube sections are. So we need to trim off just slightly longer. So measure it. You see where the tube came to, and then move back probably about 0.5 centimetre.
Okay.
And turn my flush cutters around so I have the straight edge cut in on the bit that I want to keep. And then what you need to do is take round nose pliers and make a little loop on the end, so as small as you can really. One going out one side and one coming round to the other side that way. So as small as you can, keeping it nice and neat, and they need to be flat, so then just pop it back onto your mandrel and just check that there's still a curve there. So then if you take a section of your 0.4. So you don't need a massive amount. We'll just start off by attaching the wire, the 0.4, into the first loop. So wrap round the loop a couple of times, and then I've not closed that loop up for starters. Hang on. Make sure that they actually touch the, that one's fine. This one didn't touch, so it had a gap there. So what will happen is your wire will obviously come through. So through the loop and capture the end. And then take your first sterling silver tube and just thread that on. And work, when you're threading this on, it's easiest to work with the curve that the wire's already got.
Yeah.
Because the tube is obviously curved, so it's just easier to let the curve sort of take the spacer.
Yeah.
So take that.
Do you know, just incidentally,
Yeah.
there's one of our collectors, you can tell when you have a good kit on your hands, by the way, one of our collectors is ordering 3 of these kits.
But I would do the same because of the amber.
Yeah.
And especially with these sterling silver spacers. But that cabochon is massive.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, really good.
It's a big one.
And it's a lovely shape and size. So, you know, for a ring, for a pendant, for a brooch, it's just really versatile, this kit.
So you got 45 of the rounds with the sterling silver spacers and that big cab. And in tonight's demo, we're using 1 of the rounds, because I have this theory that you will make jewellery for other people and lots of different designs out of your rounds, and the cab, that's the one for you. That's your treat.
Definitely, I think it is a real treat. And you've got so much surface there, such a big piece of amber that you can see right into the gemstone.
Which is why the netting that you did on the necklace was just perfect for it, because it was almost like lace work.
Yeah.
That didn't interrupt the look. Talking of interrupting, I've interrupted and I'm very, very sorry.
That's fine.
Where do we get to? So we're putting our second spacer on.
So I've put the first spacer on and then wrapped round the loop end 4 times, popped the next spacer on, slide it right down so it touches the loop.
Yeah.
And then with this one, what you want to do is stitch these 2 loose ends together.
Okay.
So I'm going to come round and back up and just stitch those together. So that's held nice and tidy. And then, whoops, come up through the loop and put your next spacer on. So try and get them so that they sit neatly. So I'll put the next spacer on and then come back over to the loop end of the ring and wrap round. So what I did, it took a little bit longer, but I wrapped from the outside in towards the middle. So
okay, right, yeah, I see.
Because then that fills in the gap, and you end up without a gap there. So it's it keeps all of your wrapping in the centre.
I'll just show you on the finished one as well, because that's useful to see. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I can never do the angles right for that overhead camera. Try as I might. There you go. Because actually, it's really when you have this ring
put it on
that it truly comes to life. I mean, look at that. in the shoe business we would say it has less hanger appeal,
Yeah.
but once you've got it on,
Yeah, it just looks totally different.
Well, do you know, as soon as you put it on and you're wearing it, you just kind of think, yeah, that's a ring that if a friend was buying it for you and the price tag, you know when you go shopping with a friend and you're looking for your birthday or whatever it might be, and the price tag was somewhere around the sort of 30, 40, 50 pounds, maybe the price of the kit, let's say. I think you'd be happy to let them spend that money on it, because I think you would love it enough to spend that amount on it. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you've got to love it. But I think that truly, to me, kind of shows you your return, I think, in one of the 45 amber round beads that you have with it.
One.
So you've used one bead and what, 3 spacers?
3 spacers,
And
yeah.
how much of the wire? I mean, like...
Oh.
Hardly any.
Hardly anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's left of the wire, the 1 millimetre.
Yeah.
And I had, I don't know, about half a metre, didn't I?
Yeah.
To start.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's making rings and earrings is a really cost-effective way to actually create profit in your kit.
Yeah.
From your kit.
And actually, you pretty much are showing us everything from start to finish. And okay, you're having to sort of speed along and be slightly less precise than you would be ordinarily,
yeah,
but
not
essentially,
as tidy maybe, but yeah,
you can make this very, very simply.
Yeah.
And very quite quickly as well.
Yes.
So once you've got the method,
then
running off 4 or 5 of these in one kind of go.
Various sizes, different colours of wire. Yeah, it's a fairly quick process.
It's very satisfying, this one, isn't it?
I really enjoyed making it, actually. Yeah. So I've just reattached the 0.4 wire at the end, and I'm fixing the amber, one of the amber drops, in place. So I'm then going to see if I can get that wire back through that loop, but it doesn't want to go. And then once that's on, just wrap round, and then you can get rid of the tail. And the next, you could, if you did that wrap round a few times, you could actually finish with the 0.4. But what I did was I took some of the 0.8 and just put a little bit of detail into the ring. So take the end of the 0.8 and just hold it, wrap round the amber a few times.
Ah, so that's just absolutely holding that in a certain place.
Yeah, it's just hides the loops.
Yes.
And it's hiding the wire that's actually catching the amber.
There's the finished one. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I'll just go around a few times. And this you can vary as well, so it can be more or less. And then again, you could stop there and just neaten off the end. And all I did was come with the 0.8 and just figure of 8 weaves through the side. And actually this 0.8 is really malleable. It's fantastic, so it's really easy to actually get it to sit.
And it creates a hugely, I mean, just what you're doing now creates a hugely decorative finish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful. You can just see it on the side of the finished one there. Look, I mean, that's really quite substantial, isn't it? Beautiful.
It is, yeah.
Because you've got all of that structure go on one side, and then you've got the complete contrast.
Clean.
Of that, really crisp.
Yeah.
So edgy.
So.
Love that.
What you need to remember is that when you're weaving your 0.8 wire, that's actually creating a smaller size ring.
Okay, so just be careful that it...
Just make sure that you've got a little bit of extra space to start with when you put your bars on there.
Would you just put your original back on?
Yeah.
Again, because it looks it's never going to look as good on me as it is on you, and you created it, and I honestly, this is stunning. Don't you think? When you look at the price of the kit that we have tonight at $34.95, don't you think that's one of the most delicious? And of course, you can go on and you can flourish. You might have your own ideas. You might do a little bit of weaving around the sterling silver spaces, and you might go around them. He says, thinking outside of the box. With your 0.25, you might go up and over and round and just sort of create a little bit of lace work over those if you wanted to as well.
Yeah.
This is incredibly popular. Shall I remind you what's in the kit? And this is why it's so popular tonight, because you are getting those amber rounds and the sterling silver spacers on one strand. There are 45 rounds, by the way, on that one strand. And then you've got this huge cab as well, which is 30 by 20 millimeters. And this really, I mean, how the kit really isn't just this cab at $34.95.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And in your champagne wire, your champagne coloured, champagne gold coloured copper wire, you've kind of got everything you need. You've got 10 metres of 0.4, 10 metres of 0.8, 10 metres of 1 mil, and 25 metres of, 100 metres, yes, quite right, 100 metres of your 0.25 as well, which is just, and if you think about how little...
This is what I've got left.
Well, yeah, yeah. Look at what... I mean, basically, those two things are the same thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Deb's used a lot more because she created this huge, spectacular necklace. You've got to have a look at this as well.
I have dented the 0.4, but apart from that, everything else is almost intact.
Plenty to be getting on with there. Well done. And I love the netting around the cab on this as well. It's just superb. So you can create the big, the bold, the spectacular. It's almost like a little bit of a, I don't know, for me that's like a visual interpretation of a symphony. You know, all of the flowing of the notes and everything else. It's like, I see music when I see that. I love it, it's delicious. But that ring, again, is fantastic. Let's just take, sorry to be greedy, but just one final look at this finished ring, if we can, please, before I go. Because I think, really, if you were out shopping with a friend and they said, let me buy you a piece of jewellery for your birthday, and it was in that ring that Deb has just made there was the price of the kit, you would happily let that friend spend that amount of money on that piece of jewellery. Agreed, everyone? Yeah. And that's the entire kit. And if you buy the kit, you could make that ring, you know, 35 times over. Yeah. Or 45 times over, did we say? 45 times over. And of course, you keep the cab for you, for your treat.
You'd have to do it without the silver spaces in all of them, because I've been really greedy and used 3.
Used 3, and there are, hang on, let's count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 if I started that one. 14 or 15 of those.
There's usually around 15 on there.
Yeah, plenty. Love it. Genius lady, you. Genius lady. I've got to go there.
See you later.
See you later. That I loved. Oh yeah, we'll come back later. I will come back later. Right. Love that. So many people have got that tonight as well. I have to say, since I have been here, that is one of the most hotly contested kits, I have to say, and I'm not surprised. The value for money is ridiculous. Right, okay, let's move on. We're going to do some miss it, miss out now, and that means that it's very, very quick deals. Very, very quick deals. Let's start with... Oh, yes, right, okay. I don't know where to go first. Here's a star buy, which we're doing... When are we doing this, Dan? Showstopper at 9:45, shaded chalcedony.
Oh,
coming
I love
up.
that.
Yeah, beautiful. We do love that. We'd forgotten about that, hadn't we? Right, now we are going to number 3. Where are the numbers? Oh, they're over there. Hang on, I'll just put the boxes the other way around. Box number 3. Here we go. Ruby now. So we're going to have lots and lots of quick, rapid fire. So stand by your mouse clickers. 55 carats of gorgeous, gorgeous ruby. What a lovely shade they are as well. Beautiful. Love, 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 love. Love the silks that you can see through here as well. You know, ruby's not necessarily famed for clarity. In fact, far from. Rubies are usually one of the most included gemstones of the big five, actually. That's lovely. They've got a really nice sort of silk level going through them, but a nice consistent colour too as well. £82.95. That's a really, really good deal. On and gone in so much as we don't have huge numbers of any of these strands. So as soon as you see something you love, then just completely and utterly click, grab, call, do whatever you need to do. £82.95 for 55 carats of precious ruby, isn't it?
They're big pieces as well, aren't they?
Yeah, superb. And they've all been beautifully faceted, as you would. You wouldn't dare, you know, you wouldn't dare, I don't want to say a rude word, but you wouldn't dare misfacet a ruby and then still push it out for sale. You just wouldn't, because it would look completely wrong. You'd be better off just throwing it in the bin. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Rainbow Moonstone. Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. We've had so many treats tonight, haven't we? Fire Opal.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Rainbow Moonstone.
The big... Oh, where are the big... the big Opal tumbles have gone. Oh,
we had that Labradorite in the first kit.
Yeah, yeah.
That was amazing.
Which is beautiful. And we've still got... We might see if we can squeeze this into a recap.
Look
Our little
that.
Ethiopian Opal tumbles. Let's get ready to tumble. 100 carats this time of your... Oh,
Lord.
Oh, they're alive, look. Look at that. How many left? 6 left. £39.95.
I'd
Natural.
be very happy getting that home.
Oh, wouldn't you ever?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And actually, because of the shape they are, remember what we've just seen being made with amber. Imagine making that similar kind of ring style with these, because of course the wearer then, as they move it around, they get the same kind of joy as you're seeing on your screen right now. Last 4. Congratulations, everyone. Just a couple of those remaining. I'll let you grab those. Nice.
Ooh.
See, this I think would be, you know, and I know it's wrong, but we have such affordable emerald here, but this could be, you know, my suggestion earlier about the, you know, mini organic gemstone garden.
Yeah.
You could definitely use, you couldn't not really use some emerald. Genuine Zambian emerald. Wirework your little plant pot.
Wow.
Oh yes, you could wirework your little plant pot. And you know how you do the scrunching of the wire?
Yes.
That could be the soil, couldn't it, in your antique bronze? So you could make your little plant pot out of copper wire or the champagne. Then you could make the soil out of your scrunching method of the wire, the antique bronze.
Yeah.
And then you start building your gemstone flowers.
Yeah. I'll expect your finished project by Thursday.
Hey, listen, I've got a lot of shopping to do between now and Thursday, remember, of course. Got some Elton John goodies to find. I'm determined to...
No.
I'm not going to make you a fan by Thursday.
No, you're not.
But there's going to be a little spark of respect by the end of the week, I think. Do you know what I mean? You can't be indifferent. Okay, but you know some of the songs. Kerry is now joining the debate, but she knows the songs. She can appreciate the music.
Oh, I know some of the songs.
Just don't like them.
like them. No.
I do apologise. Elton or his...
Yeah, Elton John fan club, I'm very sorry.
Or if his lawyers are watching, that's the personal opinion of Deborah and not that of Immediate Media TV Limited. Yeah. I should just say that.
You can contact me on Facebook.
For legal reasons, yeah. Yeah. I think he might have better things to do. I don't think any of us would hear from Elton John on Facebook, somehow.
I'll let you know if he contacts me.
Yeah, do.
Yeah.
Blimey, that'll kind of be my fault by proxy, really, won't it, as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'll drag you in. Yeah.
Well, he started it. I would never have said it on telly, and this bloke just dragged me into it. Oh, well, thanks, mate.
Yeah. No worries.
One down, all down.
That's really nice. Rose
Defiant Deb, love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's no shift in her so far.
No.
I mean, I've tried, you know, tried warming her up over the weekend over it.
I told you, I'm more stubborn than my cats. And they're stubborn.
I've still got Thursday night. I've still got Thursday night.
Good luck.
I'll have slept a lot more by Thursday night as well. Tonight
Oh, no.
we are feeling a bit Monday today, aren't we?
Yes.
Just a tiny
Today is
bit.
Monday.
Deb was up rather late making owls
Yep.
and whatever, weren't you, last night?
Listening to them outside the window.
Yeah, like you do. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like Monday today. Rose quartz.
That is a really nice quality in that strand, actually.
Isn't it, actually? The colour's really nice, actually. It's a nice
Yeah.
mid-balance. You know, sometimes it can be too sort of light and crispy,
Yes.
crunchy, I think,
Yeah.
sometimes. And rose quartz, actually, that's the kind of colour that you'd kind of like morganite to be in jewellery, isn't it? That
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
find these days. That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's
Very
beautiful. Beautiful. Let's have some pink amethyst now. Rose de France, my beauty. Oh, I love it. This is often what they call these shades of amethyst, with the Rose de France. Oh, actually, you know, it's faceted on both sides. It's got like a pinnacle facet on both sides, which I'm probably not describing correctly. But if I flipped those gemstones over, it's the same faceting on the back as it is on the front. Can you see that one in profile there?
Oh, look.
It's like a pinnacle facet, actually, isn't it? Comes out
Yeah.
like a double coulee. Double coulee, which sounds like ice skating, doesn't it? It's a double coulee, everyone. She's pulled it off, the double coulee. Look at that. Beautiful. 40 carats of what you might describe as, we're calling it pink amethyst, but what you might describe as Rose de France amethyst. Oh, I love it. 34, 95. How many do we have here, actually? Yeah, concave cut, that's it, yes. I knew it was something. It's where all the points of the facet go to one point. But they've done it twice over here, so whichever way you're looking into it, it's like that, you know, like the opening sequence of Doctor Who, where the TARDIS is flying into the vortex. It's the same kind of thing.
It's mesmeric, the way it draws you in, isn't it?
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like some of the best kunzite in the world.
It does, yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, it does.
It really
Definitely.
beautiful.
Yeah.
$34.95. Good price tag. Last 5 strands. I love it. Let me see if I can get one to stand up again. Sorry, it requires a certain amount of twist on my part.
Absolutely
There you go.
gorgeous for a ring or earrings or a single pendant.
Yeah. Clean as a whistle, those stones as well. And as
Yeah.
always, all the best gemstones just disappear completely and utterly. Some grey moonstone now. Don't forget as well, quite a few of the designers I've noticed over the weeks that I've been around so far have incorporated the tassels into their designs as well. They make great little earrings, you know, or tassels for a necklace or whatever. I just noticed the colour of this one was a lovely sort of silvery grey.
Silver.
It's good, isn't it? Because as with any craft, well, whether you, do you consider jewellery making a craft? Do we call it a craft, or do we just call it jewellery making? What's your view on that, Dev?
It is a craft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a handmade process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether there's some people though that would say no, crafting is fabric and felt and making cards and that kind of thing. Crafting is different to craft. Oh, I see. Right.
I would say.
I have so much to learn. What do you think? Let us know right now. Last 6. I've made myself a bracelet. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Grey moonstone. And actually, when you put those two words together, you know, grey often has, you know, sort of sad connotations, and moonstone you wouldn't necessarily think of as being particularly sort of inspiring when made grey.
No.
Well, it's not made grey, obviously, that's the way it is. But that's lovely. That's very ethereal.
Yeah, I do like
think.
that.
Oh, look. There are hardly any of these. That's why Dan hasn't told me about this hours ago, because there's just so few of them. 38 centimetre strand. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Nice seeing you. Botswana agate. I mean, if there were a roll call
That's a really
of
nice
agate
strand.
varieties, yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? If there are a roll call of agate varieties and flavours, this would always be the winner. Always be the winner. $21.95. Crikey, at half the price, I have to say. Good Lord. Hokey 03. There you go. What a lovely, lovely item code there. You do the hokey cokey and you run away with the Botswana agate. Well done. Last 7 strands. They're beautiful. Have to say, that recording I could watch all night, couldn't you?
Yeah, the colours are just fab.
Yeah.
I love those pinky, sort of minky colours with the greys. It's so sophisticated.
It's very luxurious, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Very luxurious.
Yeah.
To think that Mother Nature made that, it wasn't made, you know,
No,
it wasn't made
clever.
out of twisting glass or anything like that, which nothing wrong with that, but that was from Mother Nature to you. But here's another wonder that you hardly ever see. You may never have heard of imperial topaz. That's how rarely it's available for sale. You may hardly ever, if never, have heard of imperial topaz. It's by far in the, this is, let me just double check. This is natural, Dan? Yes, natural African imperial topaz. I mean, generally speaking, you don't mess with imperial topaz. You leave it as you find it, and you're glad that you found it. It's one of those, isn't it?
I had some imperial topaz in a kit a few weeks ago.
Did you? Wow.
I was very lucky.
You must have been good that week, hey?
I know, yeah.
Good Lord. Who did you butter
For
up
a
in the kits
change.
team? You must have done. Well, I'm sorry I've ruined it all for you in the last few weeks.
That's it, yeah. No more imperial topaz.
No,
for
that's
me.
it. Last 3. Well done, Ruth. Ruth taking a couple. Well done, Meg in 5 as well. Sandra, well done. Congratulations. Right, I'll get the next one ready then, shall we? Oh, our favourite. Our favourite. You can't have a night on JM without a bit of this. You just can't. I think it's almost the JM law now, isn't it? You can't go through a show without having a little bit of this. In fact, this is a big bit of this, actually. Lots of big bits of this. Nice sizes. Going up from a 5x2 to a 9x4 on this one. Delicious. You do, as a presenter, you do run out of things to say about Labradorite because you've used all the incredibles and the fantastics and the amazings and the beautiful and delicious, and you just let them speak for themselves. It's a good size to use. Again, the ring.
The ring?
Yeah, the ring from tonight. If you wanted to adapt that to Labradorite, Labradorite would be more than happy to perform, I'm sure, in that kind of setting. And actually, Labradorite stones do pick up a little bit of character from their surroundings. So actually, if you're using antique bronze or copper or champagne wire, whatever it is that you're using, or silver wire, we had sterling silver spaces in the ring, it will pick up a little of that essence and will shine accordingly to its surroundings.
Yeah, it seems to highlight different colours. Yeah.
Lovely. Last 2 of those. Congratulations. Well done, you. All right. Okay, we need to get cracking because we only have 10 minutes left. How?
Oh,
How?
nice.
Didn't we walk in here 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Go so quickly. We are back, though, together. Dream team now. Back on Thursday night. at 6 o'clock. Any sneaky peeky hinties as to what might be in the kit on Thursday? Kits?
I can't remember now.
Well, thanks for that.
It could be seed beads.
Oh, could it?
I know I've got a kit coming up in the next week or so, but that could be the 12th as well.
Yes, because you've got the
I've got a few coming up.
relaunch of the Easter Projects DVD as well coming up on the 12th, isn't it? $17.95 for your freshwater pearls. Well, do you know what? We're just going to leave it as a complete surprise. I mean, Deb may or may not take to the Book of Face and give us a couple of little sneaky peeks via that.
Could do.
You could do, couldn't you?
I could do, yeah.
She might not. And if not, we'll all be back here. We'll all meet back here on Thursday at 6 o'clock.
For the grand unveiling.
For the grand unveiling of Deb's brand new Elton John collection. It's something, whatever the kit is.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to assume that, you know, that you've got the kits, you know what they are, but you're just thinking, right, okay, I'm whizzing around with some, you know, design ideas at the moment, and I don't want to give away too much, but I'm thinking, right, if you haven't started, or, you know, you've got a couple of pieces, but you've got some other pieces that you can make from the kits that you have, think Elton for at least one of the pieces.
Do you want a pair of glasses made?
Well, and no, it doesn't have to be that elaborate, but just, you know, you've got things like pianos that you can think of. You've got big fancy glasses.
The Madame Monochrome kit might work for that one. Then.
Okay, you've got a bit of scope there.
Yeah.
You might have to do a bit of Elton John research. You know, not being his biggest fan so far, but. There's my challenge to you.
Thanks.
While I go and look for an Elton John poster for the inside of your wardrobe, which I'm going to do this week. I'm definitely going to find something. If it's not a pair of big, you know, outrageous glasses for Deb to wear on Thursday. Yeah, I know, but we can't see those. We can only see from waist up on telly, can't we? So the platforms are no good, are they? Last 9. In fact, everyone here has groovy shoes, don't they? Linda had groovy shoes on yesterday, didn't she?
I had my sparkly boots on yesterday.
Yeah. Kleshner had a light up.
Flashing trainers.
Flashing trainers on.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Oh, they were outrageous. So lovely. Last 5, last 4. Well done, everyone. Congratulations. Thanks for being around. Let's do next number. Ooh, yeah. Now listen, if you were feeling very, very charitable, Deb, you could buy this electroplated labradorite, like a little, you know, tooth, isn't it? Ooh, like a little
tusk.
Yes. Tusk. I'm not sure I'd call it a tusk. It's more like a sort of tiger tooth kind of thing, isn't it? Anyway.
I think that's what they used to be called anyway.
Oh, did they? But you could get this, and then you could then create some wonderful gift, you know, for Elton to say, I'm sorry about all the things I've said about you on telly.
I could do, couldn't I? Do you think he'd like it? Your mate Elton?
I think it might just, you know, one of his people would just drop it into a crate of things that they get sent every day. Do you know what I mean? I think that's probably it. The thought is there at least, isn't it? Look at that.
What can I say? That is
I'm not even a huge fan, you know. You've characterised me now as almost as if we are.
You're backtracking now.
No, not backtracking. All I'm saying is we're giving off the impression here that either I know him, or I'm a huge fan, or I go to every concert or whatever. I'm not, you know. Same as a lot of singers, I've been aware of his music through my life. I've played a lot of his music through my life.
Backtracking.
I have some albums at home. Right, it's time. Don't let us say anything more. Play a video. Yeah, it wasn't an Elton video. Which Deb wanted it to be, I think, quite frankly. We have shaded chalcedony for you now. Feathers. Pretty much, bar one, they all have similar kind of banding, don't they?
They look like they've come from the same piece of
host.
rock, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and of course every strand will be different, but you will have this shading. Oh, now then, look at that.
Nice.
That's nice. And is that this strand or is that a different strand? It could be a different one. Because, you know, of course, Mother Nature being Mother Nature, they'll all be a little bit different. I like it. I like the way the light kind of sort of goes in.
I'm looking and it's got like a pink stripe down the side of these.
And you see those two that we're looking at right now in the banding, where the banding meets.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a little light inside.
It's even stronger looking from this side.
Yeah.
If
I turn this one round, if you go back to the middle, Ben, if we can, on that middle stone. Look, it's almost like...
Oh, at the top there, yeah.
Like somebody's gone out and left the light on.
Yeah. That would look incredible with the Botswana agate.
Yes. Yes, hang on, I'll just do a contortion act. Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. Perfection. £36.95 for your shaded chalcedony and the Botswana agate. Was there any of those left, Dan? Did they all go? I can't remember. Oh yeah, 3 left of the Botswana agate, and it was £21.95. Crikey. Do you know that was 10 minutes ago?
Woof.
I don't know how that happened. It's a great time to have great memory, isn't it? 5 minutes before the end of the show. Got no chance to show it off now. Last 7 of these available to you at $36.95. Congratulations, well done if you're grabbing those. No, I'm not going to take anything with them. I'm just going to take myself. Come on, it's the end of the show now. That's it. Here's the bit where we sing a song. We're going to do "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" with.
I forgot my dungarees.
Kiki D. Did she wear dungarees for that? Did she? Have you got any dungarees at home?
I used to have.
Used to have.
Purple ones, obviously.
Obviously.
And some denim ones. Yeah.
So we could do a Kiki
Back
D
in
on
the day.
Thursday, potentially.
If I can find my dungarees.
Yeah, right. So Thursday night, 6
Either
o'clock.
that
Yeah.
or Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Oh, come on, Eileen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That could work, couldn't it?
There you go.
So that's more your kind of thing?
Not
Dexys.
really, but they wear dungarees as well.
Okay. So it would work, though.
I'm just on a theme here.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, okay. So Thursday night, 6 o'clock, there's the potential...
Anything could happen.
Yeah, there's the potential of us doing a duet as Dexy's Midnight Runners or Elton John and Kiki D. There's the potential of some Elton John-ish jewellery. There's the potential of a poster to go inside Deb's wardrobe. Oh, Sylvia's with you. Sylvia, listen, I've got another 4 hours on Thursday night just to try, and after that I might be a broken man. Who knows? Who knows? Thank you, darling. I will see you on Thursday. I'll see you here. I'm here on Wednesday night with lovely Sarah Elvin as well at 6 o'clock. And with this one again on Thursday night at 6. Whatever you're doing, have a great night and a safe one too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Full of information on gemstones, tools, threading, materials and findings. There are step-by-step instructions on how to make bracelets, earrings and necklaces, and the DVD includes easy-to-follow video tutorials. So what are you waiting for? Start your jewellery making journey today.